Tonight on MindFaction Episode 12, we discuss do animals possess self-awareness, ancient civilizations and blood sacrifice, 9/11 conspiracies, Joe Biden's infrastructure bill, the Russian missile test, monoclonal antibodies and racism, Rand Paul calls out Fauci, rapper Young Dolph shot and killed in Memphis, lucid dreams and shifting reality, fun facts, and the Phantom Killer murder mystery. But due to technical difficulties, we only have one camera filming this episode. We apologize, but hope you still enjoy. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen,
what you're going to hear about today is nothing short of
We have been given the scientific knowledge, the technical ability, and the materials to pursue the exploration of the universe.
broadcasting around the world.
3, 2, 1.
This is MindFaction Podcast.
We are back. And guess what? We got Mr. Cory Kilby back in the saddle over here.
Back on the mic again tonight with you guys.
Back in here. I know y'all missed him.
Yeah, I hated to miss that last episode, man, but you know.
Yeah, he bought a house, man, and he's really going hard on it, trying to get moved in.
Yeah.
It's a more of a colonial type house, I guess you like in the early 1900s.
Yeah, built 1902.
A lot of history.
Yeah, we had to do a little bit of renovation on it and put a lot of work into it over the last month. And we're on a little bit of a time crunch because of the holidays. So
I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah, I was a little busy last week, so I hated to miss out on that awesome interview that you guys conducted.
Yeah, with Ryan Griffiths.
Loved
Mr.
it.
Griffiths. Shout out.
And I hope all you listeners out there checked it out as well. I'm sure you did.
Yeah, we touched on some pretty good motivation
It
stuff.
was, man. You know? I mean, we need to have him come back.
We do.
I can't miss that one. So
yeah, for sure. Well, you know, this is episode 12, and man, we have got so much cool feedback. Our numbers are going up, and I'm loving it. We got different countries tuning in, so shouts out to all the countries. It's not the USA.
Appreciate y'all
joining in and hanging out with us.
We love you guys too.
Love y'all. Sure. I wouldn't name y'all, but there's a list of about 15 of y'all. So like Sweden, Norway, all these crazy places. That's awesome, man. I hope y'all are doing good where you guys are located.
We're humbled that of all the podcasts that are out there that you could stumble across, you know, that you stumbled across ours and you're checking us out. So
yeah, man, checking out the MindFaction.
Appreciate you for sure.
So man, I just, you know, we touched on crows before, how significant and how intelligent a crow really is. You know, we were talking about how my grandma heard that little peck at the door.
And we were talking about this just before we started recording. So
yeah.
So what were you telling me about that?
So corvids, which is actually like the family that the crows are in, ravens.
Right. The exact species.
Yeah, the species. And there's other birds in with that also. But specifically, I'm talking about the crow tonight. But just cause that one story. But just like humans, man, they are self-aware, they say. So these scientists, I guess, did like a neurological study. So they must have, I'm sure, put some kind of sensors on these birds.
Yeah.
And they found that these birds actually have to like analyze a situation, and they're self-aware and like of their surroundings. They know they're conscious.
Yeah.
That, you know, and there's very few mammals that do that.
We talked about this, you know, about like what is consciousness. So I assume the way you define that is just,
that's a rough one.
Are you self-aware?
Yeah.
Are you aware of your surroundings? Are you aware of the consequences of things? Like if I do this is likely to be my out. Like you weigh your options out. You realize your mortality.
Yeah.
And I think that's why they weigh their options out, because as you know, so imagine you're like, I probably shouldn't land on that power line because I saw Fred land on it and it killed him.
Fred went to a rotisserie real quick.
Right. And he fell to the ground dead.
So
I,
unlike Fred.
Yeah. In my best interest, I might not want to land on that. So, you know, they understand.
Yeah, man. And you know what's crazy too? They say that crows will leave like treats and stuff for people they like. Like if so, I don't know how you, like every time I've approached a crow, they're real cautious. You know what I mean? So I guess they're saying if you could tame a crow in the wild, like they'll leave like stuff on your doorstep for you.
So they'll bring it back to you.
Yeah. And they also use tools to figure things out. I didn't know that.
If we haven't told this story yet,
what is it?
About what your grandma had happened
to
her. We
touched on an earlier one, but yeah, for y'all that might have missed it, like Cory's saying.
Tell them that, man.
Oh yeah. Okay. So when I was young, man, I was probably 12 or 13, you know, and my grandma, her name was Betty Worthington, and she lived in Cincinnati, Ohio. And man, my grandma was so cool. She's like a big kid, bro. Like we would make like little forts out of blankets and stuff. Yeah. And back in the day, we had one of those little tape recorders, like, you know, the tape player, the bigger one.
Yeah.
And she had like Scooby-Doo like stories on. We just laying there and watch. Cool. Dude, I miss them days. But anyways, I know I'm getting a little rolling back,
It's
you
all
know, and
good. It's all
everything.
good. We like to
Bring
go
back
back
the
like that
memories.
sometimes.
But yeah, super cool woman, man. I miss her. But anyway, she come home from school. She said
And how old was she at this time?
she's about 12 or 13 too, and I guess that's why she, you know, I don't know what brought that whole conversation
Yeah,
up.
it's just one of them things. Just kind of came about.
Yeah, it came about. I mean, it's been so long ago now because I was about 12 or 13. So she was like, I come home from school. My mom and dad was gone. They was working. And she said, I heard it like a knock at the door, but it sounded funny. So I was like, oh, really, Grandma? She's like, yeah. She's like, so when I opened the door, I was waiting like to open it and see a person standing there. And she's like, all I heard was hello. And I looked down and it was a little crow.
Yeah.
And it just flew off.
And they say that they can speak when they have their tongue split, right?
Yeah, they say now I read up on that actually after we covered that.
So is that
I'm like,
necessary for them to
you
be able
technically don't have to do that.
Oh, okay.
But she was always told as a kid, if you split a crow's tongue, you can teach him to speak just like a parrot.
Right.
So I was like,
That's
yes, bro.
crazy
I was
stuff,
like,
dude.
I was like, bruh.
Bruh.
Right.
But yeah,
But
that-
I mean, in all seriousness though, like imagine how freaky and kind of cool looking back.
Yeah.
You know, what are the odds? Like I've never had a bird say anything to me.
I've never had
I mean,
like
I've
a
never
parrot
been-
maybe,
yeah.
but,
Yeah, I mean,
you know.
we had my grandma and
Parakeet.
parrots when we were younger.
Yeah.
Like,
But they
those
say,
are those
man,
are birds that you expect to say something to you.
yeah, they're known for that.
You know, you're like, oh, well, this bird can probably talk. You know,
well, that's
whether
like
it
a
does or doesn't.
mockingbird, dude. They can mimic a whole lot of other birds, their calls, and they're really prominent
That's cool,
here.
but that's one of its probably survival instincts. Maybe
could be. It could be.
like it could pose as like a predator,
Right,
Depending
yeah,
on what's
yeah,
in the area.
yeah.
That's crazy. But you know, it blows my mind that they're saying that crows are self-aware, like they're conscious. So, like you said, do they really analyze it that they're mortal, like
Yeah, I'm sure they do. I mean,
that they can die?
and I think that's part of the whole consciousness thing is like you can analyze the repercussions of things. Like you realize you are mortal. You realize that there is like you can die. Like you
Yeah.
will cease to live if I do this thing. If I get hit by this car, I'm probably going to be dead.
Right.
And they probably see this no matter. I mean, I don't
That's
know.
crazy,
No matter what
isn't it?
species you are, you would think they'd all have this level of consciousness about them. You would think that like lions in the jungle and stuff, like, but maybe that's why they're so fearless because like
Maybe.
they don't think about the repercussions of things. They just jump right into battle and they don't think two things about it.
Right. And they
But-
also said that the researchers observed them thinking about what they just seen. So they was actually analyzing the whole situation they was put in, like actually thoroughly thinking about this
So
situation.
they saw the input and they saw the neurons firing.
yeah, and then they said they associated it with a appropriate response.
Oh wow!
So
They presented them with a situation.
Yeah.
They analyzed it,
and figured it out.
and that's
That's
mind-blowing.
crazy for a bird that we just have native here, just flying everywhere. You know.
But you know, doesn't it speak in the Bible that like whenever God breathed life into human beings,
Right, yeah.
but any other living being that isn't a human being
I don't
doesn't
know.
possess a soul or consciousness.
That's a good one.
I'm not all right. That was about to be bad. The way I was going to say, I was about to say, I'm not to
Right.
disagree, but like I like to believe that like there's dogs in heaven. I'm a dog guy.
yeah. I believe that. Yeah.
Hey man,
Every dog
they're
knows
man's best friend, and I'm like, man, when I get there, I want to see my dogs, man.
That can go deep because that refers to souls. And
People
stuff.
might think they're laughing out there right now, but I'm dead. I'm dead.
Hey,
serious.
yeah,
That's the thing,
serious.
though. You say the animals, though. I mean, you
Yeah.
got
Right.
to prepare for everything. There's a reason for it.
I mean, I don't
obviously,
want there to be what are those one animals that's like the meanest thing in the world? The honey badger.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I ain't trying to be running from honey badgers up there in heaven,
Them honey
man. Like,
badgers are no joke.
oh my God, look, I have respect for every creature you've ever created, but this is a different beast right here. Like,
this honey badger is.
I can't live peacefully in this afterlife.
Hey, bro, them things are no joke. They like attack lions, and they don't care.
Yeah, they go for everything.
Man,
Snakes.
rhinos.
They'll straight-
Snakes.
I saw, yeah. I had one. There was like I see one that had like a cobra,
Yeah.
in its mouth, and I'm like,
Got bit and like passed out for like 2 hours. They thought it was
They'll
dead.
come back.
And it come back.
Yeah, it doesn't affect them.
yeah.
I mean,
It's the
that's
Terminator.
So
Really
explain this to me, man. How does
Of animal
something the
kingdom.
size of you would think that the baddest thing out there in the jungle of all things would be like a lion, you know,
Yeah,
like a tiger,
exactly.
like something
Straight
fierce,
fearless.
and just like a beast, like you know,
I'm telling
physically
you.
demanding and like growl with his deep. And it's just like little
Like probably 50
porcupine
pound-
subspecies looking deal, and it's just out here fighting everybody.
Looks like a little skunk almost.
I mean, I guess that goes to
On
show that it's not
steroids.
about the dog in the fight. It's about the fight and the dog. You know, what I mean, but
it's cliche, but it's true.
but how does this
super
How does this
motivated.
come about though? Like you think, like over time, when as the species evolved, at what point did this species just decide it's going to be an absolute alpha badass?
It's like, look, I'm about 400 pounds lighter than this
Yeah.
lion or tiger, but I'm gonna roll up my little carry.
So you know how they evolved. It had to be
I
like
don't know.
one of them just decided, man, I ain't backing down. So it decided to fight everything.
I gotta
Name
eat.
them all, yeah.
And
You know what I'm saying?
like as they continue to reproduce, every level after that, they started getting more and more fearless.
Test started jumping up.
And then,
what's
like-
their test levels like?
Do they have test levels? you
They
think?
have
They've
to a
gotta have
male.
a test level for sure.
Man.
Hey, I'm gonna try to get that honey badger test when I get back in that gym.
Hey, everybody says
I ain't
about that.
scared of no weight.
Everybody's like, man, I'm on that bull shark test. No, I'm on that honey badger.
I'm on that
test.
honey badger. I don't tell y'all I was talking about.
Man,
That's crazy. Also, man, check this out.
apex predator.
It said that the crows and the corvid family line, their pallium, is it pallium for their brain?
I don't know.
Well, it's basically
Teaching
your
me things.
cerebral
Yeah.
cortex is packed with more neurons than a great ape's.
Great apes.
So it is more neuron dense in
It's
their
more
tiny brain.
neuron dense in a tiny crow and like that family of birds' brain than a great ape's.
So I wonder what the size of a great. Wait, so you're not saying it has more neurons?
It's
you're saying
not-
it's
it's
more
like
neuron
more
dense,
mass.
more neuron dense within their brain.
Yeah, like per inch, I guess. You know what I'm saying? There'll be more.
Yeah, because I was about to say
neurons
that's
per inch
insane if it's got more neurons than like this. Because they almost have apes have almost the same brain size as us.
as human. Yeah.
You know that's so.
So maybe
crazy,
that's what
man.
separates us big time from like the apes and humans because our brains have to be way more
Yeah.
neuron dense than damn crows. You know what I'm saying? Like
You know,
I would hope.
Have you ever wondered this, man? And I know we're jumping around everywhere, kind of,
Let's
but
jump
we're
around.
keeping it in the animal realm here, animal kingdom.
Let's do it.
What would we actually do if we came across some type of ape or primate species that actually possessed the intelligence of a human being? It straight up come up to you and was learning how to talk. It could walk upright. Like, what do? Do you try to breed it with the next smartest primate to see
Yeah,
if
I
we
don't
can
know.
like evolve this species?
That'd be almost like a Neanderthal type deal.
Because if we let this pass by and we didn't do anything,
Yeah.
we'd be having to collect DNA samples from this primate. Like, but would we want to do that though?
Right. I don't think we'd want
Because
to.
we don't want to play into the apes deal where
Somebody
they start
would
trying to take
obviously
over.
want to, though.
Like we also touched on prior episodes, like how the apes now are in like Stone Age.
Yeah.
So they are.
We're doing a good job
Progressing.
fighting each other right now, so we don't need.
Hey, dude, have you ever seen that documentary? Those one apes that kill the shit out of each other.
No,
You gotta
but
look it up,
I have
guys.
seen gorillas fighting though, and that's
Let me see if I
fucking
can
insane.
find this.
I didn't mean to drop an F-bomb.
That's all
Sorry.
right. Fuck it, who cares? But anyways, yeah, I watched a documentary one time, man. Let me see. Let me bring this up.
But I mean, you got to think about it. Like they take these apes that are hurt or whatever, poacher brought in by for rescue or whatever, and then they release them back in the wild. And then there's these documentaries or videos where they go back and find them, like 10, 15 years later, and they just remember who they are. And
Yeah, right.
They come back to them. So
Yeah, I seen one where there was like a, it was like his caretaker maybe.
Yeah.
And the ape got really old and she was dying and she was
Yeah.
really sad, depressed. And so her original caretaker from the time she was a baby
Yeah.
that she hadn't seen in like however many years, like a decade or
Yeah.
longer, comes in and it took her a minute because her eyesight was really bad.
Right.
Once she felt his face and kind of got a better visual of him, she immediately remembered him.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
well, not to interrupt y'all.
good. Go ahead, man.
What I found on YouTube about this was, and this is the documentary, it was on Discovery. It's the most brutal chimpanzee society ever discovered. It's called The Rise of the Warrior Apes. And this is like, dude, these guys are savage. Some are ripping each other apart, killing each other. And what they're doing is they're creating a hierarchy is what they're trying to do. And they're starting to spread like factions. Not mind faction.
So they're
but
getting
into
Not
factions.
MindFaction.
Yeah, maybe they are splitting
I
up
don't
into
know.
mind
I
factions.
mean, it's really what they did in Planet of the Apes.
Right, but here's what it says about these. Y'all need to look this up, man. I watched some off the wall stuff, but anyways, it says this tells the epic story of an extraordinary troop of chimpanzees as they brutally fought other colonies and each other to be the largest known to man.
So they basically took over.
Yeah,
Isn't it that movie, The Last of the Mohicans? Is that not the one where they're like, is that not the tribal thing where they're in the jungle and they're,
Oh no, you're thinking of
oh God, no, I'm way off.
it's one in South America.
Yeah, what's it called?
What is that called,
People want
man?
to crucify me for calling it because I haven't seen The Last of the Mohicans in so long, dude. Like,
Yeah.
Let me.
I don't even
Mel
remember what it is.
Gibson's the one that actually he was the director of that.
Oh, the one we're talking about, the
Yeah.
tribal. Well, I'm mentioning that because that's what that makes me think about. Except for this was like,
Oh man, I'm playing the wrong thing. Sorry, guys.
oh, you're good, man.
Come
It
on,
happens.
My bad. I'm
You're
trying
fine.
to find this.
Bruh.
But like, bruh. But no, like I mean, in a sense, that was like our more primal years as a species,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like these different tribes that were like,
find this.
you know, all they were about was conquering territory. They're going to come in and they're going to like
Apocalypto.
That's it. Apocalypto.
Man, that movie goes
But think
hard,
about that.
bro.
Is that not what this is like?
It really is. Truly it is. Because in Apocalypto, I think it was the Aztecs or the Mayan civilization that was gathering up these smaller tribes and sacrificing them to the
Pretty
gods.
much. I mean, they're the same human beings.
And I'm sure that
they
went
spoke
on
the same
big time
language.
back then.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just the fact
Oh,
they were
yeah.
a different tribe. And it's like, instead of like trying to
Yeah,
coincide with one
I can
another.
see that. I can see that, bro.
I mean, even Native Americans here in North America, at least they came together and tried to like speak peacefully and trade. And
yeah,
you know, these tribes, you know, were in those regions of the world at the time were like savage.
They were savage.
They roll in and would rather kill you than talk to you.
Well, that's like, you know, the Mayans and Aztecs. I'm pretty sure more the Mayans, I think, than Aztecs. I don't know. They battled too, but they, you know, the big pyramids with the steps, you know, they would have some priest on top of that.
Right.
And they would take like a virgin or something and they would behead that virgin and roll that head down the steps as a sacrifice for their gods. and
There's
stuff.
something that we have never spoke about on here.
Let's get it.
It just made me think of that. What was the affinity among these, you know, like older civilizations and sacrificing people to their
I
gods?
wonder. I've never looked that up.
Think about that, because you know, as we've spoke about on here, you know, Jesus, he was
Yeah.
our
Right.
And there's multiple
our ultimate
societies that did
sacrifice.
that.
You know what I mean? But prior to that, what we had to do, according to like the Old Testament, you had your
blood sacrifice.
Yes, and these other civilizations, like as you just alluded to there, they did that, and I mean, they all had some sort of sacrificial
Oh yeah, like
rituals,
like a belief.
yeah, that they conducted for different reasons, and it's so crazy because like, why would that enter your head to do that? And they were very similar.
Yeah, and you're like, cause it didn't rain for 6 months. We got to kill somebody.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
We have to offer up. You know, is that because it's that's the ultimate gift, is the gift of life?
True, and that might go back to the DNA being very precious.
Yeah.
The DNA, the blood. I don't know.
But you know, you got to think that there
Like a
was this
hidden-
neural network, even though there might have been no communication between these different civilizations.
Yep.
There was a very similar thought process and ideology
There
that was
was.
among all of them. And they
Multiple
had no
gods.
communication. And we're talking not just
the pyramids laying on the same footprints. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
and not just physical distance, but like distance in time.
oh yeah, different
thousands of years apart.
Thousands
You know,
of
Right.
years.
So we look at it today as DNA. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
and we still believe in the whole soul process because we went through that. But
Right.
back in the day, it wasn't DNA; it was the sacrifice of the soul to the God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that
you're
makes
giving,
sense.
You know, the ultimate, as you
Yeah.
said, the ultimate.
That's the ultimate
goal
price.
in life is death.
Yeah.
You know,
like as today, where you can put a price on like someone's life. Like you could be
Yeah.
like, I'm going to kill this guy, or you can give me $1 million.
Yeah.
You just made his soul worth not even $1 million.
Right.
That's wild.
You know
Think
what I mean?
about
Like,
that.
but back
Yeah,
then,
yeah,
it was like
definitely,
that was the
definitely.
ultimate.
It was
thing.
ultimate. It was the ultimate.
It was
thing.
like, what greater thing can I give to my God to bless us with a better harvest this year than this virgin soul?
it's like the terrorists.
You know.
though,
Well, terrorists
not to
kinda
go
live
into
it
it, but
too.
it's like, you know, you kill yourself, you're getting 72 virgins or whatever
Yeah.
they say.
Like,
Yeah,
man,
that ain't happening.
y'all just so damn horny. Y'all need 72
Hey,
virgins, bro.
you come at me trying to take my plane over with a box cutter, dude. You got a rude awakening on me.
Hey, for real. Hey, them one guys on that one flight did attack that.
I'm gonna
dude.
take it, and I'm gonna
And they
gut
said
you
that's
like a
why it
pig.
crashed in Pennsylvania or something. Whenever it was going towards the Pentagon.
They did Flight 93,
Flight 93.
but they actually allowed them to take the cockpit.
Yeah, well, I don't think they knew what was going on at first.
with the box cutter.
Yeah, and I'm not going to.
Because them guys, they got them.
I got a question that I don't think.
Man,
I mean, and
that's
I could probably look
crazy.
this up on Google.
I can search it up.
Was where was the marshals at on these planes? You know, there's always a.
Well, I don't think there was back then. As well, there had to be.
There had to be.
You know,
Is
I
it
don't
a
know.
real thing?
Yeah.
Is it a real thing?
Yeah, an air marshal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
especially
real.
after 9/11, bro. Because
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
telling
I mean,
you.
now I can understand, but back
Right.
Back then,
You
I'm
know, I
pretty
don't
sure
know.
every flight
Maybe just
had an
look it
air
up.
marshal. But
There
if
should be a
if
police
there was,
official.
these dudes wasn't strapped. These terrorists all had box cutters.
Yeah.
Dude, I am telling
For
you
one,
right
how
now.
the hell you get a box cutter?
I understand that it is easier said than done.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, if I was on that plane right now and a dude come at me with a box cutter, oh my God.
Oh, I'm
Dude,
beating
I'm
that dude for
taking
real.
that from you, bro.
You got- I can't even put myself in them people's situations because it's no telling what their minds was going through.
I'm about to carve
Did
you up
ever-
like a jack-o'-lantern with that motherfucker.
That's right. It's
But
gonna be
I mean,
Halloween
you know,
all over.
They're making phone calls and everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, did you hear the phone call that
Yeah,
one guy made to like
Yeah.
the 911?
Yeah.
Man, that was sad,
Now,
bro.
I for sure call my family and let them know, hey,
But,
look,
hey,
I don't know what's about to happen, but
Yep. Them dudes are some heroes, though. They
I
got
would
that
just say,
plane down,
just
man.
know that we went down fighting because
Because you think, man, how many lives they could have possibly saved.
oh, absolutely.
Overthrowing those terrorists and crashing that plane in that field.
Yeah.
You never know what they was going to hit next. We don't know what they was going to hit. They said the Pentagon, or the White House. They could hit
It was
the White House.
I think.
Was that what the
I believe so because the Pentagon
That's the ultimate sacrifice for sure. Allegedly got hit by one.
alleged?
even though there was no plane debris, the cameras that was on that wing of the Pentagon
Here goes
just
this
so happened
conspiracy
to
theory
not be
we might was
working
talking
at the
about
time. The explosion just happened to be a perfect hole in the side of the building.
Yep.
There happened to be no employees working in that side of the wing of the
Yep.
Pentagon on that particular day.
It blows me about the whole plane. Like the debris was not
There
there.
was very few witnesses that happened to see a plane hit the side of the Pentagon.
Exactly.
How in the world do you miss a 747 going right over an overpass?
And how's there not some kind of debris from
And weren't they
Exactly.
weren't they talking about the size of like
the hole?
The hole.
Yeah,
So
it
bad.
doesn't
Yeah, I don't
quite.
remember the size
What
of
they
it.
basically alluded to was that it was more like a cruise missile hit it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, they said that the way, all right, if you had to make that happen the exact same way that it allegedly happened, like hit the building,
Yeah.
they said the, what's the term I'm looking for here? Like the margin for error
Like trajectory of
was so slim. They said you would have to fly that 747 mere
Low.
feet off the ground to get it to perfectly
no
hit the
way.
side of the building the way it did.
Right.
You know, there's no way.
There's no way.
There's no way. Them guys cannot fly something that
Yeah.
well.
There's
no
a nearby
damn way.
overpass that
They're
thing
worried
would
about
pass through
72
barely.
virgins.
I mean, there's
they
no
ain't
way.
worried
Right,
about.
but, I
They
mean,
learned how to fly on Flight Simulator, bro.
That's what I was about
Yeah.
to talk about. Like the backdrop was that they practiced or flight
Yeah.
simulated
There's no
for a
way.
whole month.
Yeah, you're going to need a whole lot more than Grand Theft Auto.
Well,
and
here's the
Flight
thing with the
Simulator.
flight simulator,
Yeah.
bro. It does not simulate the ground, the air turbulence. You know, as the plane's flying at low to the ground, you're causing vacuums and disturbances in the air as far as your wings, how the uplift works. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and,
Like
and all jokes
speeds
aside, I do think that they did have training with biplanes, smaller
they
planes.
had to have.
That
They
functions
had
way
to have.
different than a
Oh, it
Boeing
is.
747.
Oh yeah, I can imagine trying
There's
to fly one.
no similarity, I assume.
But you know, going back to that whole conspiracy tinfoil hat thing, and honestly, that's not too far fetched for me because, you know, have you ever heard about when the towers went down? How the small explosions?
Yeah. Now there is a way to explain that away in a sense.
Yeah, there is.
The air as the top came down,
Pushing out
it
the
pushed the
windows.
air out.
I can see that in a way.
But you have to think about this as well. Back in the, I think, early 50s, you have to go back and look this up. There was an actual plane that hit the side of the Empire State Building,
I remember hearing about that.
and it was a B-52 bomber. So, no, not a small plane by any sense.
Not as fast, but a beast of a
Yes,
plane.
and not as big as a 747, but the Empire State Building is also not the World Trade Center, you know, in comparison in size.
As far as architecture goes, too, it was designed a lot longer before
Yes.
these buildings. So these
Yes.
buildings, these newer, the World Trade was built to take more.
They were
You know what
built.
I'm saying?
They either started building in the late 60s or early 70s is when they were constructed.
There was more thought process. I feel
Yes.
went into
we
that
were,
design.
We were very far along in terms of structural engineering.
Yeah, definitely was.
So, but anyway, so B-52 bomber hits on accident. This wasn't a terrorist attack. It accidentally hit the side of the Empire State Building, left a huge hole in it. It didn't burn down.
Did not.
It didn't fall down. I mean, there's photos online that you can look up of this.
I heard it swayed like crazy.
Yeah, but the buildings even at that time were built to withstand that.
They was.
And
yeah.
you know, to a degree, the World Trade Centers held up very well.
very well. But to me, it's weird how they come straight down.
Pancakes.
Because you think about this, bro. If that plane hits that one side's gonna be hotter. All the steel on that side's way hotter than this far side over here. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
So with that being that structure being that much more weaker because the steel's that much hotter, it would you know what I'm saying? I feel
Yeah.
it would. I'm not no architectural engineer. You know what I'm saying? But that's common sense almost.
Well, you could when the towers fell as well, you could see that the beams looked cross-cut.
They did. I've seen pictures of that cross cut.
Which is what happens when right before a
Demo.
controlled demo.
Yep.
And not only that, but
That was weird.
Jet fuel does not burn at a hot enough temperature to melt through a steel beam.
Right.
And yeah, it wouldn't. And plus, they flew how far away? How much fuel was on these planes is what I'm
Exactly,
wondering.
yeah.
It couldn't have been that much. I mean, I'm sure there was quite a bit. But
so usually we have jets that can
they took off
scramble.
from like New Jersey or something, didn't they? Something like
I
that.
don't remember where they
Or
took off
it was
from,
something
actually.
like that. I don't know.
But usually we have fighter jets that can scramble within a couple minutes.
Yeah.
But just so happened off the Atlantic coast, they were all pulled away for a training drill that day. which is also why
How
Flight
convenient.
93 would have probably been successful in hitting the White House had,
How convenient.
you know.
We can go in that for like days.
Yeah, I mean, just it's crazy. I don't know how we got here, but
I like it though.
yeah.
I like it.
Because we, yeah.
So
We go everywhere.
we're going to jump back on this.
Well, I mean, that's really all I have on the crow deal, isn't it, man? It just blows my mind that
So
they're a lot more intelligent than what people give them credit for. We'll put it that way.
absolutely. And I think to wrap that up, you know, I mean, that could be just one species that we know of
That we
right now
know
that
of.
we've done tests on that has consciousness, you know. That
No,
shows
that's
signs.
like, not to get into it again, but like I got a pet pig, you know, Milo.
yeah.
They say they conceive things. You didn't know I have a pet pig?
didn't know
You didn't
that.
know
I didn't know
I'm
you
going
had
to
a
have to
pet
put,
pig.
hey, look, y'all follow us
He's
on
got to come down
TikTok.
and hang out. He's got
I'm
to.
telling
We're
you.
going to come to the theater room and watch a movie, sure, soon.
We're gonna do an episode for them in the theater.
We could, for real.
I'm
We could
TikTok.
put these right.
Oh, yeah.
I'm TikToking live right now.
Are you? Oh, what's up?
I'm officially over.
Is it
now,
facing me?
Well, it's like I'm going back and forth.
Oh, okay. But anyways, they say that a pig has the conscious ability, or I'm gonna say the technical, or like the mind frame of a 3-year-old child, 3 to 5-year-old child. They conceive things like a 3 to 5-year-old child. A pig does.
Yeah.
You know, they say pigs are a lot more intelligent than dogs. I don't know about all that, but I mean,
Maybe
you
some.
can
Maybe some
tell
dogs.
Milo is very intelligent. You can.
Yeah.
But anyways, shout out Milo. I'm gonna have to put him on TikTok now that y'all I done brought Milo up.
Yeah, for sure.
What we gonna talk about now?
Well, did you see where Joe Biden signed the new $1 trillion infrastructure deal?
I did not.
He signed that into law, declaring that the new infusion of cash for roads, bridges, ports, and more is going to make life, quote unquote, change for the better. The president hopes to use the infrastructure law to build back his popularity, which has taken a hit amid rising inflation and the inability to fully shake the public health and economic risk from COVID-19.
Yep.
We'll just blame it on that, I guess. The president said, "My message to the American people is this: America is moving again, and your life is going to change for the better." And of course, you'd say that. I mean, come on.
Moving again.
Did you hear where they was bringing up how some of these bridges and roadways was racist?
Come on, man.
I really
I'm done
watched
with
something
it.
about
Talking
that.
about the
I'm
name,
done.
Like the name?
No,
or just
no.
The bridge and,
Here's what I'm saying.
what?
Like
here's
who
what-
they were dedicated to, or
Well, here's how it went. I just watched a short little clip about this, and it's been probably a month ago. I don't know why I just brought this up now. I guess because we're bringing this up, but they're saying that some of these overpasses was built too low to let a city bus travel through to reach maybe a popular beach destination.
No way.
I'm swear that's what they're trying to
They
say.
got racism out of that.
And they say it was racist because they built those bridges lower in the impoverished communities to where these buses couldn't travel to that popular beach. They would have to take a really long way around. And so, man, I don't know how true that is, but it seems like people are reaching and reaching, bro.
yeah, I don't.
I mean, speaking on race, I mean, what about this guy that was denied antibody treatment because he's white? Did
Yeah.
y'all hear about that?
You were speaking about that prior to the.
So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play this clip real quick. What y'all think? Play
Yeah.
the clip.
Do it up.
Now y'all listen closely. to
This is actually right. This is actually him speaking to
Yes,
the health official or whatever.
yeah. And who posted this was David J. Harris Jr. So I seen this on my Instagram.
Yeah.
Now check this out. I'm gonna play this clip, guys. This is the guy filming secretly on his cell phone, and let's see if we can get it going. Let me see.
Get it rolling for us.
Oh, let me fix it.
Let the
Technical
beat drop.
difficulties.
Let the beat drop.
I got us now, right here.
So I'm not gonna be able to get it today because I don't qualify.
Yep.
What if I like smoke and vape? I heard that was
Negative.
no. Okay. But if I were black and Hispanic,
Right.
then I'd be able to qualify. Okay. I'm being denied medical service because of my race. Is that?
That's the criteria.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I do, I go around and make sure everyone meets the criteria.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the criteria that was set forth. If you were 65, you'll be good. But nope, you're healthy and you're healthy and no medical conditions. So research showed that you should be able to fight off COVID. Or maybe it's for someone else, may preclude them a little more, or make them a little more susceptible to being worse with COVID.
So
Questions?
No, I guess not.
All right, you with her?
Yeah.
that okay. I'm just gonna play it, bro.
I like how they went around the question.
Sorry, I killed.
No,
They went around the question. They did say when he said, "Is it because I'm white?" And they said, "That correct, you do not meet the criteria." And I understand that this type of treatment is for more of the immune susceptible or deficient type people, or like an older person.
I didn't realize that you were more susceptible to getting this if you were a minority.
Well, they are trying to say that now.
Is that what we're talking about?
They're also trying to say that.
Why?
You know, I don't know, bro. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on in America, bro.
You know, look.
I hate to bring the race up.
No, but let's get real for a minute.
We're just
and
facts.
I'm not. I'm just tired of like. Only when it's convenient. Yeah, there's the road noise again. It happens every night for you guys.
Every night. Sorry, bro.
Weekly. But like, I'm sick of like people turning this stuff around when it's convenient for them.
It fits their narrative.
Yeah, I'm sick of it, man.
Yeah.
Let's just end that crap. Like, let's just be done with it. That's the only way we're going to be able to heal
and move forward
as a people.
Yeah,
is to move forward in unity.
In unity, man.
Keep it the same across the board in every way.
So basically, if you could put a filter on your mind, you do not see color.
Right, yeah, and that's a big thing that we deal with. We talk about racism to this day, and it's happening.
Yeah,
right. It's happening.
It's happening on all fronts.
But the thing is like we've never, like we talked about 9/11, we've never been more united since 9/12.
That's true.
Other than that, dude, it's been this, that, everything else. Let's look at color. Let's look at race. Let's look at ethnicity, and nobody really promotes like let's really be united.
Yeah. Let's be Americans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And this doesn't solve any problems, but I just hate the fact that it takes some like huge crisis or something, or like
a tragedy.
Yeah, tragedy.
It's super sad.
In order to really bring us together as a people to realize what everything's really about, and that's just us being Americans and being proud of being American citizens and living in the greatest country in the world. It's sad that it takes that, and I hate the fact that we're living in a time period where there are more people that are anti-America that are living here.
No doubt.
That are saying that I'm ashamed to live in this country.
And they don't know how good they got it.
No, they have no idea. Spoiled. Absolutely spoiled. I want to sit them down.
Yeah.
And I want to show them a video of what it's like to live in other countries around the world.
Let's just take their ass to a third world country, drop them off for a month. That goes for whites, blacks, Mexican people, anybody.
Yeah.
And after that month, let me call you up and say, hey, so how do you feel about your current situation?
We need to sit them down with the military vet. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you know what's going to be said? I can guarantee 99.9% of the time they're going to say, please bring me back to America.
Yeah.
People, we take for granted the freedoms we have here. You know, how many third world country people would love to come to America just to have fresh water? Mm-hmm. Running water.
Yeah.
We all take that for granted. Don't get me wrong. But these people that's hating America, a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times are hating America for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
They're taking things for granted that we have here, that other third world countries, that other communist countries don't provide for the citizens and your freedoms. And it blows my mind that people are that hardcore and gung-ho about hating America, man. Yeah. I'm not saying we're a perfect country.
Do you think, and this is a far reach, do you think that maybe, we always talk about how social media has ruined a lot of things,
right?
Predominantly like dating and things like that.
Big time.
But do you think that social media has created a generation that is very like
pansy-fied?
Yeah, man. But
weak.
Seriously, like they look at like things,
cancel culture, man.
They don't want to. They don't want to work for anything.
Right.
They have unrealistic ideas of what it's like to be an adult, to grow up and what work is about, right?
Yeah.
And meaning like, so when things don't go their way here, that's just like, well, this is BS. Like they're very like,
it's like
babied.
Where's my participation trophy?
Exactly.
Oh, dude.
That I think every kid, but every kid does deserve to be recognized for what they're doing.
They do, yeah.
But what happened to them days when you had to grind to get that trophy?
Yeah.
You had to put it all in, bro.
I hate to see a kid lose. I hate to see a kid be down because, man, sometimes that would make a kid's day. And
definitely,
you know, there's kids that will go home that don't have much at home, right?
I know.
But if they can get that participation trophy for just showing up, man, it can make them motivated to maybe want to do better. And I see that.
I can see that. But at the same time, for the kids, it's excelling in certain programs like that, give them a bigger trophy.
Yeah, it doesn't give them any initiative to do better.
Right, and that's going to make them other kids like, dang, this trophy's bigger than mine. I got to go harder.
Yeah.
Because I think every kid, it don't work that way.
It won't, man. It
won't.
You
may not.
In this generation, I mean
no,
we graduated in 2012, right? So that's not even 9 years ago or whatever. So
I'm old as hell.
At that point, like even in that small amount of time, you know, we had to work for what we got.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, in middle school or high school or whatever, we had to work for what we got, even for a little MVP trophy. But now it's like, hey, you got a bigger trophy than I got, so let me go to administration and have a conversation to make sure that everybody else gets the same size trophy with the same recognition and the same whatever that they need in this area.
I will say that it was our generation, though. We've touched on this before.
You guys did.
It was our generation that I distinctly remember parents constantly coming
bitching
up to the school complaining that my kid didn't get, you know, just use that example, what you just said. My kid didn't get the same size trophy as Losi got.
Yeah.
What's so special about
Mr.
him?
Dustin Losi?
Yeah, what's so special about him that my son didn't get the
Cory
same?
can throw this ball too.
You know, like, you know, I think Cory is good enough to do this and that, you know, why, you know.
And that's every parent and their kids. We think our kids are great. And
we think they're the best thing ever. And you should, but you also need to be realistic. You need to say, like, look, you need to work harder.
Yeah, because, fast forward. These kids are 5 to 10 years old. Fast forward to when they're 20, 25, and they don't get it the way they like. Things are not going the way they want.
Yeah,
in their career, their workplace, anything they're trying to achieve in life. So you know what's going to happen here? They're going to bitch about it, and they're going to give up.
Yeah,
they're going to fold up like a second grade love letter, bro.
Yeah,
and we got a lawn chair. And we got
here in this conversation, and the point of me getting to this point was that I think that's why we have a generation now that's not as thankful to live in the country that we live in, to have the freedoms, because they don't feel like they should have to work as hard to have the things that they have. And they're like, man, this is BS. Our country sucks. You know, the United States isn't what it used to be. Like they have this like weird, messed up, perverted, preconceived idea of what it used to be like. Like things used to get handed. No, it used to be harder.
Yeah.
That you worked your ass off.
People grinded for what they had.
And that's man. Until you mentioned the third world, was it Russia you said about the commercials that they were making?
Germany.
Yeah. Until you mentioned that, I've never in my life heard
I would never thought
us
that.
being on TV.
Yeah.
About hunger.
In another
hunger and being people being hungry.
Or that we needed aid of any kind.
Yeah.
So that makes you wonder, I don't know. We ain't gonna
another thing too is on the flip side, and I thought about this after we mentioned it on episode 10. What if that's like Germany's attempt to like kind of belittle us a little bit and go, hey, they had, we need to help them. They're obviously in need because this is the percentage of people that go hungry every night. Like,
right.
If I don't ask for your help, I don't,
I just want to. I want the statistics they found to make them, drive to make these commercials or inspire them to make them. Really,
yeah.
We know there's people hungry in every country.
Yeah,
we know that.
Can we take another jab at Joe Biden real quick?
You want me to play? Or no? We'll wait. Go ahead.
You can hit it right after I drop this bomb.
I'm gonna do it.
Go ahead and drop the bomb on it.
No, I'm gonna.
Are you gonna wait? Okay, all right. Let me hit you with this then.
Let's get it.
We're wanting to give all these illegal immigrants, or at least their children, was it $450,000 at least? You know what I mean? To try to get them started or something. That was what I heard, right?
You talking about these children that's being separated from their families?
Yes. Okay.
In the Biden cages?
In the cages.
So how many veterans,
Ted Cruz was
how many homeless people, not even just veterans, but just like homeless people are there? How many people are going hungry every night?
Oh, man.
Give them a job. Give them an opportunity. Give them money into their bank account.
That's what I'm saying.
That's going to stimulate our economy. That's going to show that you care about the American people. That's going to give somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying, like, why give money to people who are just crossing in here illegally?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I heard this, this kind of, idea on that. So this, I don't know where I heard it. I can't remember where I heard this at, but I don't know if it was a senator. It may have been a, reporter. asked the House of Representatives or whatever the lady is that talks at the press conferences. What's her name? Penske? Whatever
What is her
name
name?
is.
Yeah,
Front lady? The front lady, Penske?
Yeah, her. I think it was her they asked. They said, okay, so do you give people to come here legally money? Like, do you give people that come here legally money? She said, no, why would we? She said, so why are you giving people who come here and break the law illegally money? Think about that.
Right.
So we ain't going to give you no money to come here legally and do it right, but when you come here legally, we're going to give you and your family $450,000. And here's the bad part with that is there's so many families in McCreary County that will never in their entire generation on this earth see $450,000. They're born Americans, and that's sad to me.
Yeah.
So this ties back to prior episodes where we say, let's do for everybody else before we do for ourselves.
Yeah.
And this is also the people that's making this judgment and these calls in these powerful positions that's never in a damn day struggled in their life. They've never had the lights cut off on them. They've never had the water shut off where they can't take a bath. These people never in their life has went through a hard day in their life. I don't give a damn what they say. Ain't none of them dudes sitting up there probably did that.
But yet it was an issue to pass a stimulus for American people.
That's right.
You know, let's argue about the amount of money that
let's
we're going
back down the money. We can't give them that much.
We can't give Americans that much, but let's
and then we're going to give them tax child credit or credit, and then, but we're going to take their money back.
Right. Yeah.
But let's give these people that roll up in here legally. And I understand it is a tragedy that their families was separated. But look, can we not just figure out some kind of, let's build a task force, because it's going to be cheaper than $450,000 per child or family to locate these people's families and reunite them.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about that. I'm sorry I got on a kind of a rant, you know what I'm saying? But
so if you feel sorry enough for these people that you're going to give them money, right? Oh, we got to get them on their feet. We got to help them out some, you know. We feel sorry for them.
Right.
What is a more equal opportunity than giving them a job?
Exactly.
Because that's what we have to do.
Man.
So imagine something tragic happens to your family, right? You're an 18-year-old guy.
Yeah.
Something tragic happens. You don't have any immediate family left. What do you got to do, man? You're down on your luck. It's like, well, I guess I'm going to try to find like some government assistance housing, you know, that bases off my income. I'm going to have to go get me a job, whatever I can get. It could be working at McDonald's or whatever the case is.
Yeah. And
you're just going to try to make it the best you can. That's
what Americans do.
That's our equal opportunity.
Right. Okay. We'll tie this back to my dad. I don't bring him up a lot like I always do. His mom died when he was 11. Mm-hmm. His dad died when he was 18. Mm-hmm. My dad, what was he going? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He did it on his own.
He had to find a way to make it.
He found a way.
So when you come into this country, especially illegally,
after grieving and everything,
I feel number one, you obviously need to go through the process to become legal.
Exactly.
To gain your citizenship. Okay. And I think that also should include you being limited on what you can and can't do as far as travel, being allowed into certain places where you might need an ID. And then on top of that, I think that maybe the government should try to do their part in helping them find a job. Maybe do their part and try to help them find maybe some housing, some government
assess
housing.
Their abilities, see what they're capable of doing.
Exactly. Like, you know, not to say that treat them like prisoners or anything, but
that's what they're doing right now.
You remember those?
Got them in cages, bro.
Remember those camps that we used to have for, was it Native Americans?
Well, they also did the Japanese that way.
The Japanese. That's what I'm thinking about. World War II. Okay, we need that. Give them, you know, the government owns all this land.
Almost like build them a little community.
Yes. Give them government housing and put them all there. Yeah. Put them all on the same page. Give them a job and then give them the opportunity to get on their feet, to make a living wage.
Yeah.
And branch out and to move away and become legal.
But here's the problem with that.
Don't just give them money.
That's not humane to do it that way. We're separating them.
It's more humane just to give them money.
Yeah, we're taking away from them by putting them in camps but we're going to keep them in these Biden cages right now, where poor kids like boys and girls are basically on top of each other because it's overran. I think the COVID percentage was like 22 to 25% going around in these cages for these children. I mean, so and then you got Kamala Harris that won't even step a foot around the border, and she's supposed to be over the border control. pretty much.
Neither one of them, VP or
She's never been to Del Rio and see what was going on.
Didn't they go to El Paso and they said, well, the borders, everything looks great.
Something like
and
that.
it's like El Paso is probably the most secure point around the southern border. You didn't really see anything.
That's what Ted Cruz was talking about.
And I wish we could help everybody too. We've talked about that so many times on prior episodes. We all do.
I'm just sick of the bull crap, man.
Well, here's what I was alluding to.
What they're
okay. So what's going to happen? Because I feel this is coming, bro. When 15 to 20,000 armed American citizens hit these borders up and protect them for themselves.
You feel like there's going to be a militia?
I really feel this shit's going to get out of hand to a point where the American people feel the government is not doing what they need to, and they're going to step up.
Yeah,
and that's going to cause a big issue between the military and the citizens of America. But also, like a lot of our friends that's in the military, they'll tell you they've signed contracts, foreign or domestic.
Foreign or domestic, no doubt.
And something that the government, they need to understand is that, you have a lot more people against you than you do for you.
And we can only take so much shit.
And
bro.
they're not in the position really to, to fight us all off. They have to hear us.
So what's really going to happen when it comes to head like that? When this...
Well, you can see
it will get out of hand, bro.
You can see how quickly it can boil over. Like look at these towns that just absolutely explode in turmoil.
Oh yeah.
Name one. Where something happened. Mostly it happened, and I'm talking about back when something happened with like maybe an officer shot somebody or something, and that's for all the wrong reasons. But that's
like
how
he
quickly.
Was to.
Yes, Kyle Rittenhouse. But you see how quickly that things can turn upside down and fast.
Snap of a finger.
Yeah, and that can happen.
I've been in situations similar to where weapons was drawn and shots was fired, and it happened so fast.
Yeah.
Not that I've shot anyone, but I'm just saying.
There could be an entire upheaval all over the United States, especially now at a time we're more connected than ever with social media. Man, we could coordinate something massive.
No doubt.
The thing is, there will be radical people that ends up doing this. Us being here, we don't like it, but we're in the same, our minds are sane enough to know that we shouldn't probably do that.
Yeah.
But there'll be a point where even people like us are going to get tired of this.
There's a point where you get boiling pushed, point, bro. And it's just...
And what happens when that boiling point hits? Stuff rolls over. Yeah. Pans on, boiling, it's going to build up and it's not going to be good. And who knows what could happen out of that? That could lead to another civil war. And
that's going to...
Who knows?
It's going to evoke the spirit of all of those American colonists and farmers that stood up against the greatest military in the world. If that doesn't give you cold chills, stood up against the greatest military.
3% of Americans did that.
Yes.
Fought the greatest military in the world.
They banded together and they said, you know what?
We ain't taking this shit.
I'm not afraid of y'all. I would rather die.
So let's fast forward to 2021. And if it's not coming to that, I don't know what, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If what's going to happen if we don't step up eventually, if it gets to that point.
Exactly. Because I'm going to be honest here. I've said this before. If Biden and his administration was doing great, I would super congratulate that guy.
Absolutely.
It's nothing about Democrat, Republican to us.
We would love to come here on MindFaction every episode and deliver you news of all the great things that this administration's doing. Man. I would love to say, you know what? I was wrong.
Me too. I would.
And I would admit it.
But
we're not wrong.
We're not wrong here.
We haven't been wrong.
We're stating the facts.
That's facts.
They're feeding us bullcrap every time they get up there on the podium about how great things are.
And we know that's a joke.
The positive impact that this administration is having on our country.
Where's that at?
And it's not happening.
Inflation through the roof, gas prices through the roof.
I'm looking at the stock market right now, and they said that it finished, at all-time highs again. The stock market's doing pretty good.
How is that?
But for the most part, that doesn't have a whole lot to do with your administration in office. It has a whole lot to do with the people. You know what I mean? With us investing and this and that.
What? Let me take it here too. Is the stock market finishing? I don't know a lot about the stock market, so don't quote me on this. But is it finishing higher because of the inflation factor?
No.
Do they judge it off that?
Inflation's starting to balance out now. I did read up on this.
Okay.
When the stock market finishes up at highs like that, it's more like you have more investors, more people putting more money into the
I can see that.
each stock.
Yeah.
So the stocks as a whole are on.
I'm trying to figure that stuff out.
Yeah.
Because I'm about to try to invest.
When people start to kind of pull their money out and things like that, that's when it starts getting bad. And there could be a complete crash,
Yeah, like the Great
and it also
Recession.
Yeah, exactly. And but we're doing really well right now, which I'm really thankful.
I am thankful for that.
Yeah. So, and your administration does have a hand in that. But to say that this particular one has a hand in what and how that's going, I think that's definitely not the case. I mean, we can see everything else they've had their hand in so far, or,
since we're on this kind of subject, did you guys hear where Rand Paul basically humiliated Dr. Fauci? Just drug him to the
called him
out. I'm gonna play the clip.
Yeah, play the clip for him. Let him hear that.
So let's let him hear this.
Fauci, I don't expect you today to admit that you approved of NIH funding for gain-of-function research in Wuhan, but your repeated denials have worn thin, and a majority of Americans, frankly, don't believe you.
Amen, sir.
Even the NIH now admits that EcoHealth Alliance did perform experiments in Wuhan that created viruses not found in nature that actually did gain in lethality. The facts are clear. The NIH did fund gain-of-function research in Wuhan, despite your protestations. You can deny it all you want, but even the Chinese authors of the paper, in their paper, admit that viruses not found in nature were created, and yes, they gained in infectivity. Your persistent denials, though, are not simply a stain on your reputation, but are a clear and present danger to the country and to the world. As Professor Kevin Esfelt of MIT has written, gain-of-function research looks like a gamble that civilization can't afford to risk. And yet here we are again with you steadfast in your denials. Why does it matter? Because gain-of-function research with laboratory-created viruses not found in nature could cause a pandemic even worse the next time. We're suffering today from one that has a mortality of approximately 1%. They're experimenting with viruses that have mortalities of between 15 and 50%. Yes, our civilization could be at risk from one of these viruses.
I'm going to go ahead and fade
Experiments
it
that
out.
combine...
If you guys ain't seen this, you guys need to go watch that. 15 to 50% mortality rate. The COVID virus, as we know right now, has a 1% mortality rate.
Yeah.
Could you imagine unleashing a virus with a 50% mortality rate?
Yeah, the super SARS.
And why are these people, dwelling with this stuff, diving into it? Why are they messing with this?
Yeah, there's
some underlying caustic reasons for that, man.
I will say this, because we keep it real here.
We keep it super real.
So during the Obama administration,
Yeah.
he seized the U.S.'s funding into these labs in China to study these viruses.
Yeah.
So I do commend him for that.
I do too.
Donald Trump actually resumed this
And
research.
why was that, I wonder?
And I don't exactly know why. I don't know if it's one of those things that kind of slipped through the cracks on him, and he was just signing things left and right, all these executive orders and so on. But
I'm trying to look at this from outside point of view. So, in not making no damn excuses for nobody, because this is horrible what's happened. Because I felt from the beginning this was a biological weapon or a population control virus. But do they study these viruses to be able to build a antidote or an antibody or a vaccine for them before they ever derive in nature or come out? You know what I'm saying? Kind of have it stocked up to where they can figure it out if it hits.
one thing that we've seen with this firsthand is the mutation factor.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to imagine this. How could you possibly go into a lab and try to create your own super virus and assume that these viruses are going to mutate in the same exact way in nature,
right,
that you're mutating them yourself in the lab? And how do you plan to test these on animals, or what are you doing with them?
I think they was doing tests on mice. And they had some kind of.
Do you see how dangerous this is? What we need to do with these is we need to bottle all this crap up in this lab, put it on a rocket, and blast this thing straight out into the universe.
Yep.
But then I feel like maybe it would land on a planet and create some type of
our luck. It kills somebody else's civilization out there.
Right. It lands somewhere, millions of years from now. Oh yeah. By the way, did you know that there is actually permafrost that is melting, that they said that has a high probability of releasing new viruses and things that we have no immunity to?
I've watched shows of, talking about those type of subjects, and that's kind of scary because You don't know. That's an ancient bacteria that will be brought pretty much alive. It's almost like it's in a freezer right now, just chilling. It literally that's what
cryogenically frozen.
That's what it's doing. So who knows what could happen with that?
Yeah,
you
don't know.
Did you also see where the government is supposed to be disclosing some on the UFO files?
Really?
Pentagon has released that they will be disclosing some more on the UFO files.
Dude, that's
and some of the questions that people. But like I've read on several articles, this ain't saying every sighting is a UFO. It could be a weather balloon. It could be
it's just unidentified.
Yes,
that's not to say that
a lot of people
extraterrestrial.
Right. And we spoke on Stephen Greer before. I seen where he had posted that to his Twitter, and so I kind of looked into it. He said disclosure is coming.
Yeah,
which is cool.
They've really gotten open here over the last couple years about these different sightings.
But, hell, we won't drop the JFK documentation, but that's another episode.
Right. I don't think they think the American people was ready for that.
But why?
And if you're not ready for that 50 plus years later, it kind of makes. I believe they are afraid that we will completely lose all faith in our government.
Because
if what is released comes to light, that made no sense. But if this information comes to light, and we read on this, and we realize what the government actually did, or how they were involved, we would probably lose all faith.
Yes. I believe that.
And to be
100%.
honest, I even said that about this last presidential election. And I'm not trying to say that I feel 100% that it was manipulated in Joe Biden's,
Yeah. I mean,
in his favor. However, if that actually is the case, we will probably likely never know.
We'll never know.
Because, what if the results did show. Now, after he was inaugurated, I believe firmly that if they went back and did an audit and the results did show that these states were flipped wrongly in his favor, I don't think that they would be able to come out and tell us, because then we would lose all faith in our election, in our voting system,
our democracy,
in our elections
would go down the drain.
Yeah, it would be complete just insanity, rioting everywhere, because this country would come unglued.
I wonder if anybody even knows where democracy derived from. That's listening. I'm sure a lot of y'all do, but some don't.
Yeah,
they derive from Greece.
Yeah,
the Greeks invented the voting system.
They did.
They would do colored stones, certain stones they would put in buckets, and that was. And
it seems like a very rudimentary thought process on how to, but it wasn't completely obvious to other cultures back then. That was very advanced.
I mean, think about that. You look at all our buildings in our capital, and the architecture is taken straight from Greece.
Yeah,
Rome, and more Greece, because even the Romans copied the Greeks.
Yeah. But you were kind of talking about UFOs or whatever, so I have some news about outer space related. Did you hear about the Russian anti-satellite missile test?
I did not.
So the U.S. has condemned Russia for conducting a dangerous and irresponsible missile test that it says endangered the crew aboard the International Space Station.
Wow.
U.S. State Department spokesman Ned Price stated at a briefing that the Russian Federation recklessly conducted a destructive satellite test of a direct ascent anti-satellite missile against one of its own satellites. Further stating that the test has so far generated over 1,500 pieces of trackable orbital debris and hundreds of thousands of pieces of smaller orbital debris that now threaten the interest to all nations. NASA admin Bill Nelson stated that with its long and storied history in human spaceflight, it is unthinkable that Russia would endanger not only the American and international partner astronauts on the ISS, but also that of their own cosmonauts. Russian space agency Roscosmos, downplayed the incident by saying that the orbit of the object, which forced the crew today to move into spacecraft according to standard procedures, has moved away from the ISS orbit. The station is in the green zone. Which technically they're just saying, like, don't worry about it. It's all good. Like, they're not saying, like, oh, we should have not done that. We apologize. They're just like, we did that, and it's all good.
Going to apologize? They're like, no.
Exactly. When they do something, they don't. They're just like, here's what it is. Nothing bad happened.
Too bad, bro.
That's kind of that's the vibe they sent was, did you die?
That is basically it.
But did you die, though?
Yeah.
So they're conducting a missile operation to take down satellites.
And what they did though was the targeted satellite. It appears to have been it was a Russian. It was one of their own from the Cold War era. It was called Cosmos 1408. It was a spy satellite that they launched in 1982.
But they're going to backtrack and say, "Oh, we're trying to take our own satellite out." But we know
they were testing
what that is for.
They were testing their own anti-satellite missile system.
Well, how convenient for you guys. But let's go ahead and take the space station now while we're at it.
Right. Let's put them in danger.
Could you imagine sitting on a space station like,
yeah,
is that a missile?
Yeah. There's debris flying everywhere. I mean, if you're
like,
close
what?
enough that it actually was that close by.
So they actually hit the satellite with it.
Oh, they blew it up, and they said that they were that we didn't actually know for sure which satellite they hit. The way that we factored it, like we figured it out, was, we have our agencies that have the telescopes that are constantly looking out.
Yeah.
Okay, we were able to. All right, what's missing? What was there that isn't there now? And it was this satellite.
Yeah. That could be super detrimental to the country's communication.
Why didn't they let us know what was,
Why didn't they say, look, man, we're going to blow a satellite up?
All these other countries, they always look at the U.S. and say, well, they'd been nice if we'd had a heads up that you guys were going to test this new technology you got.
Well, we all want to get on the same page of being green, but we can't get on the same page of shit like this going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that Russia did owe it to the rest of the world, not just the United States.
I do too.
But they should have said, hey, look, guys, we're about to, even if they didn't say we're going to test new tech, what if they just said, hey, guys, look, we have an old satellite up there that's just,
it's taking space.
How do you feel about us using our anti-satellite missile system to go ahead and decimate it, get rid of it? It's just space junk. What was the point of blowing it up anyway? Was it hurting anything? I mean, it's been defunct for decades.
I feel that one piece is better than thousands of pieces floating around as debris, as you stated earlier. That could be very harmful to a lot of things going on.
So we're just going to launch
Yeah, they would be pissed if we did that.
Oh, absolutely. And we didn't tell them. They would throw an absolute bitch fit.
Oh, Lord.
Bro, Trump would have his finger on the nuclear football right now.
Oh, yeah. He would probably be on the phone with Putin or talking his trash. He'd be like, hey, look.
My bro, I hit you on Twitter earlier.
Let's just make it clear we don't just launch missiles into space without telling somebody what's going on.
Yeah. Wow.
Say what you want about Donald Trump and the way he conducted himself, but people respected the United States because they knew what would happen.
They respected his persona for sure.
Bro, I will say this every episode until Biden is not in office anymore, but we are officially a soft ass country.
Yeah. Well, we're being laughed at. It's our leadership is being looked at as soft, really. Well, we're going to get off that subject.
Hey, Memphis is about to go to war right now. Just to
over Young Dolph.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Wow. Yeah, if you guys didn't hear out there's a rapper named Young Dolph from Memphis. I've listened to this guy since he really hit the scene. You can ask Josh Gregory. I mentioned him earlier. I told Josh I let him hear him back in the gym. I say, hey, dude, this dude right here, Dolph, is going to blow up, Young Dolph. Yeah. So he was murdered today, unfortunately, in Memphis.
Buying cookies for his mom.
So that was for his mom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They did a drive-by shooting on Young Dolph is what I read up on. While I was tattooing earlier, I took a break and I seen that because my buddy Joe, he'd messaged me, said, man, they killed Young Dolph. And I said, damn, man. And it was crazy because I was tattooing a guy named Galloway. He's actually an RTC teacher.
Yeah.
And I was letting him hear Dolph because I like the way Dolph's mind worked. He moved differently. Mm-hmm. You check this out, man. What he was doing for one of his kids, each birthday he would buy them a house. So when they got 18, they would have 18 houses that they was over.
Yeah.
So they could collect rent from them, dude, and have property.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
That's how his mind worked.
Yeah.
And, and the sad thing about Dolph was, man, he was taking care of his whole family. And, there's been a lot of beef going on for years. So did you just read Memphis is about to go down?
Yeah. And they're like loading up for war right now, basically.
See, Young Dolph was gang affiliated, but I don't know what he claimed or what not.
See, that's my thing. Let's just put it this way. To be such an intelligent and forward-thinking individual, man, get out of the gang life. Get out.
Dolph was, and I don't think he claimed a gang. It was just the people he was affiliated around.
Right.
And I can see them wanting revenge for their friend because
I understand the loyalty factor.
Yeah. I mean, if somebody kill one of y'all, I'd probably ride out on them too. I ain't gonna lie. Absolutely. I'd have to calm myself down.
Yeah. But you got these gangbangers. Whoever killed him was probably just some punk gangbanger out there. That's like,
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Well, I ain't gonna disclose names because I ain't self snitching. But yeah, I got in my mind. We'll see how it plays out.
So something else that I didn't know, just a fact out of that, is Memphis is the second most dangerous city in the U.S.
Hey, when we rode to get my truck, we wasn't playing around. We had 90 rounds with us, AR-15s, pistols.
We didn't know what to expect.
Yeah. I took some cash with me to buy this Harley Davidson truck.
It's so funny though, man. We rolled in. That was a fun
trip though.
We'll have to tell that story on the podcast one of these days.
Yeah, if y'all want to hear the story about the truck in Memphis, let us know. 'Cause we'll tell y'all that next time. We just got so much going on right now.
It's a funny story. I would actually
Super
love
funny.
to get into doing some animated shorts for you guys.
Oh man,
Some of our life experiences.
Oh man, we could go hard with that. But yeah, man. So that satellite deal, and well, let me jump back to Dolph real quick, man. Rest in peace to Dolph.
Yes.
Our condolences goes out for his family.
Yeah.
I was want to start this episode out with a Dolph song, but I didn't know if they'd flag me for that.
Right.
You know, but rest in peace, Dolph. Y'all need to go check out Young Dolph's music. He was a very talented artist and very articulate with his words.
We've lost a lot of people, including a lot of young, talented artists.
Wow,
you know,
especially
over the last
Chicago rappers.
Short period of time.
Yeah, Juice WRLD. He was from Chicago. A lot of people didn't know that.
Yeah.
But he died differently than like Vaughn and FBG
Yeah,
Duck.
it's just the fact that they've died, not just how they died, but just the fact that they're gone.
They're gone,
you know,
man.
and,
Talented people.
Yeah,
It's sad, really.
sad to see all that happening
It's
right
sad.
now. Well, man, what do you think? Do you think we should move on into maybe? Do you have anything?
Man, I got some more stuff I kind of want to talk about.
Okay,
just for a minute.
Let's tell some other stuff then.
Okay. Have y'all ever had a lucid dream?
I have.
What do you've had a lucid dream.
I have.
So, see, I have. You have one? You had one?
No, I mean, what do you mean by lucid?
Lucid dream is where you realize in that dream that you're dreaming. You can control the outcome. You know you're physically dreaming. You're almost conscious in your dream.
Yeah.
I've not had one of those. I don't feel. So, Cory,
Yeah.
elude us on yours.
So I can't remember. You know how it is. Over time, you kind of lose a lot of the major details in the dream.
Yeah.
But I'll just give you the basis on it, and it's kind of just very like stereotypical what I'm going to tell you. I mean, nothing real crazy, but I do distinctly remember being in this dream, and I remember it was like a nightmare. Okay, and I was being chased and attacked by this person.
Yeah.
Okay, and I was aware that, you know, in most dreams like that, it's like you're running in quicksand.
Oh, yeah.
You're constantly falling down when you're running away.
You're punching somebody.
Your
You can't hurt
punches
them.
are like you're basically hitting somebody with a pillow.
Yeah. you like swinging on
Yeah,
them.
there's no effect.
Yeah, man.
So what was different was I was telling myself in my dream that it's like, you're dreaming.
Right.
This is a dream. This isn't really happening right now. You're going to wake up. And I kept telling myself that. But
That's
obviously
cool.
I was still, it was almost nightmarish, not because of like I was afraid, because I wasn't. It was nightmarish because I knew I was trapped in my own mind, asleep.
So that was scary to you.
It was freaky because there was no way to wake. There's no way you can alarm yourself to wake up. It's almost like
Yeah,
you're
man.
laying there defenseless.
I never thought about that.
You know that if there's something there to harm you in the room with you while your body is asleep, you can't
What
wake.
do you
You
do?
can't wake yourself
Like
up.
sleep paralysis?
It's almost like sleep paralysis, but you're not that aware.
But you're in a realm of some sort.
You're in your mind.
Yeah.
So in the dream, though, once I realized, okay, I can control what I'm doing, I fought back. I killed this dude.
So you killed him.
I killed him.
And you made a conscious decision in your dream.
To fight back. And
when really your
Yeah.
subconscious should be interacting
Yeah.
in this dream.
So my mind kind of, I guess I might have thrown it for a loop. I don't know. But
Yeah, man.
in this dream, when I started to attack this guy that was trying to come at me, it was like my dream began to shift. Like it was like the guy in my dream that was attacking me. Whenever I was telling him, "Hey, man, I'm aware that I'm asleep," he had this shocked look on his
He was
face.
like, boy, he knows.
He's like, he can control. But see, you got to imagine that's my mind creating this dream.
Possibly. Or
You know what I'm
is
saying?
it?
Or is it? But
Or is it a different universe or parallel universe where
it could have been, but I killed this guy. I beat this guy with my own
Smoked his ass.
bare hands. He didn't have a knife or like a weapon
three-pieced
or
his ass.
Oh yeah, I hit this dude and I had him on the ground, just ground and
Dropping
pound him,
bombs,
just left and right, just over and over and over. I did this.
Big John stopped it.
Yeah, he did. He came out there and he waved it off. He was like, no more.
I mean, it's crazy.
In the background here, and new you. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
And new Lucid Dream champion.
I mean, I watched Divergent like not even 2 weeks ago.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's a
It's
crazy
just
movie.
kinda weird that,
What was
that
that other dream with Leonardo DiCaprio?
We'll take a pee break real fast.
Yeah, go ahead. What was that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio? Is it Inception? Wasn't that about dreaming and like controlling your dreams? And
I haven't seen that one, but Divergent. I don't know if you've
Yeah.
seen that one. Is right.
yeah,
I mean,
those are the types of movies that, man, those are way outside the box.
I don't think I've ever had an lucid dream. I don't think I've ever. I mean, like, I don't ever remember fully my dream. There's only some aspects of my dreams that I remember, but I don't ever remember controlling them at any point.
Being able to, like, actually consciously make decisions.
I don't think
Well,
so.
the thing about it for me that's weird that I had questions about with my experience was when I woke up, I was questioning whether or not did I actually really have control of that dream, or did I dream that I had control of that dream? Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
That, I mean, that's thinking really depthy, but like I didn't really know if I had true control,
Right.
or if I had a dream that I had control. It's just really weird. Like,
That is kind of odd.
Like a dream in a dream about
yeah,
a dream.
kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I've never had like a lucid dream that I remember that I actually knew I could control.
Have you ever woke up multiple times in your dream thinking you actually woke up?
I did do that once.
That's lucid dreaming.
Okay.
Because you think that you're in control. Because what did you do? You woke up and you got out of bed.
Yep.
You're in your home, and then you go, "Oh man, I'm not really awake."
Okay. So have you ever woke up from a dream, thought about it, went back to sleep, and went right back into the same dream?
I've never been able to.
I've tried to do that.
I have
I've done it. I've done that.
Oh, really?
Crazy.
But I don't know about a lucid dream. Like, I've never been able to control it, but I've woke up from it, and then I'll go back to sleep, and I'm like right back where I was at.
Man, I've never been able to do
You know, when you was in them teenage years, when you was having them good dreams for
Yeah.
school, and you was
No,
like,
it
man, if I could
wasn't-
dream 5 more minutes, I was about to go
No.
all the way to home base.
Yeah.
It was never like that.
But I never
mean,
could.
Like,
I'm like, damn it, I'm just going to get up and give me a damn bowl of Fruity Pebbles then because it's bullshit. I woke up out of this nice dream. Mom done told me to get up. You know what I'm saying? Get up. Get ready for school.
Get to school. Get in the shower.
Yeah. Then you're walking backwards to the chalkboard.
Yeah.
You know.
You're going to class with a duffel bag covering yourself.
You got the books over there like, I'm really learning today.
Yeah.
I'm smelling what you're stepping in.
You know what
Yeah.
The guys out there know what we talking
It
about.
was
Anyway,
inconvenient, man.
we're trying to keep it PG.
Because it always had to happen 10 minutes before
Always,
class
man.
ended.
Right, yeah.
Or like when you was on the bus right before you had to get off. You're like, are you serious, bro? You're like, are you serious?
And I'm sitting there thinking about basketball practice, bro.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about getting some shots up in the gym, and all of a sudden I look down. I'm like, man, what is this?
Man, what is this bullshit?
Why are we here right now?
Would you just look at it?
That's true, bro. You can't tell me no young dude ain't went through that shit.
We all did, man. Unless you had a hormonal deficiency.
Trying to tug some shit. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Anyway,
That was painful, man. All these people's like, man, you got it. They're like, man, you just this is how I take care of this problem, and I'm like, I can't do that, man. Shit hurts.
Yeah,
So what
well,
are y'all
man,
talking about?
shit.
Where are we at?
shit,
right
super
now?
super
Yeah.
solid. But anyway, super solid.
I'm just being real.
But yeah, back to lucid dreaming. Now, have you guys? My little girl brought this to my attention this weekend. Have you ever guys heard of shifting your reality?
Shit, like,
Shifting your reality.
but I mean, what are we talking about?
Example.
So basically, what this
that like
states
being-
is you can relax, almost like you're going to sleep, but you're not, and you just really focus in your mind. Say, and I've seen this on YouTube. You can look it up about shifting reality, about like being in Hogwarts, for instance, and your mind creates that realm. They say you script this realm before you do this. Everything you want to do in this realm.
Yeah.
I've not tried this yet, but I'm just saying this. I didn't know nothing about this this weekend. Me and Nevaeh was just hanging out, and she said, "Dad, have you ever heard of shifting reality?" And I'm like, "What?"
Bro, she's going deep from you, man. She's gonna
Yeah.
be a deep soul.
She is, man. She's like an old soul for real. And
Have
she
you ever heard of shifting reality? Like that's not what
no.
you usually hear.
She's 13 years old.
a 13-year-old come up and ask you.
So
I mean, we might have thought about that stuff, but to hear another kid,
it blowed my mind.
Yeah.
She said she told her mom about it. Her mom told her not to be messing with that shit. Don't be messing with that shit.
like it's witchcraft.
Yeah, but
Quit acting like he did.
Don't you
and
be
I can see
shifting
what she's
realities.
saying because But anyways, yeah, man. Y'all look up shifting reality out there on YouTube.
Here's my thing on that. So that is, in my opinion, like that could become a psychological issue. I think you could use shifting reality to your benefit, like David Goggins did when he was going through BUDS training. He went through BUDS training 3 times. If you don't know what BUDS is, that is Navy SEAL training.
Yeah, that's hard friggin'
He had to
core,
go
bro.
through it 3 times before
times.
and that was his last time. They said, "Hey, after this,
You cut.
no more." And the reason why he had to do it 3 times is because every time he made it through Hell Week, which is like the very first week,
Mm-hmm.
he would have so many injuries, physical injuries, that he could not possibly continue on. So they would send him back to day 1, week
That
1.
dude's a hard ass dude.
And he was like, and he had the option to back. I mean, he was still a service member, but they were like, "Look, you don't have to continue to go through this. Like, you don't
putting
have to
your
go
body through this, man.
Right. So
He ain't giving up.
no,
Have you? I mean, you got his book. If you guys don't know who this guy is,
man. Hey,
check him out. You want motivated? You want motivation?
Yeah.
check his story out.
Go buy his book.
Go buy his book.
David Goggins. The book is called "Can't Hurt Me."
I need to buy the book. So
You
I can
need
read
to.
it.
Hey, I need to give it to you, man.
Have you read it all the way?
All the way. I'm like 200 pages in. It's
Okay.
like a 360 page book.
When you read it,
It's
I'll buy
amazing,
it from
dude.
you.
I'll just give it to you, man.
Okay. Yeah, I gave you the one book. That's dope, man.
Yeah. And it's amazing. And actually, the book that you gave me, like I've read and did a little bit.
Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah, and it's amazing as well. But I'm trying to stay, solely focused on one right now.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to what I was saying about shifting reality. He talks about as he went through this training, right, that he had to constantly use his mind to push him through. And he was talking about like in the second week, or no, I'm sorry, his second go around rather in Bud's training, that he was able to, like, during the hardest day of Hell Week, which is like the fourth day or something like that, he was able
call
to
it Hell Week for no reason.
No, so you get a boat crew, right?
Yeah.
And it usually consists like 4 or 5 members, I think. He was able to get his boat crew number 2 was his boat crew. He was able to will them as their leader, like motivate them, pump them up, because you need your crew.
Oh yeah,
you don't
You're
try
a team,
to,
bro.
yeah, you try
You're
to
a
keep,
team.
you try as a leader, you try to be the cohesive piece,
Yeah.
right? And he was talking about how he would like get himself into a different mind state to get mentally prepped, and then he would try to motivate his crew and rally them to get that second wind every day to bust through it, not only to complete the challenges that they faced, but to be to be in first place every time.
So that could be a form, really. Maybe a shallow form is not as far as like generating a realm, but that's a shallow form of. Not saying it's weak or not.
It's not like he was. It's not like he was there at Bud's and he was. Oh,
but he was shifting his reality.
Shifting my reality. I'm at Disneyland.
Right. I'm
But
over it. Yeah.
He was shifting his reality in the sense of like,
That's
man,
cool.
I'm in severe pain. I'm cold. I'm hurting. He was able to shift his reality to where his mind went. He pushed him further.
Yeah. I never looked at that situation like that about shifting reality, but I was tattooing earlier, and one of my good friends, he was a military guy, retired from military, and he was a leader. I think he was a sergeant of his platoon. So he said there was times when they got into a battle that he was extremely worried, but he said some of his other soldiers would look at him and say, "You have a smile on your face when we're in the middle of a gunfight." He said, "Man, you're crazy, bro." And what my buddy alluded to me was, it said, "Hey, inside I was freaking, you know what I'm saying? But if my soldiers, me being a leader, if my soldiers seen me freaking out, they would have folded."
Yeah.
But when they seen my morale of me having a smile on my face amongst taking fire from the enemy and returning fire, they was like, "This dude's a savage."
Yeah.
So the morale. So in a sense, he was shifting his reality to have that smile on his face.
He shifted his expressions.
Yeah, it was almost like shifting reality in a sense. Nothing like these people on YouTube. You guys got to check his
There's
shit out on
different levels
YouTube.
to this shit, as they say.
Different levels of this shit. But you really have to check this out, because after Nevaeh brought it to my attention, we kind of looked into it, and I was like, damn, okay.
Yeah. I don't condone shifting reality to the
can't.
point where you're no longer in reality.
I think it could be
We
really
need
dangerous.
to remain in reality to an extent, but I think that we can shift our reality to become harder.
Right. Yeah.
Individuals to become more tough.
Yeah.
Persevere.
Oh yeah, you can mind over matter.
Yeah.
Mind over pain.
Right.
That's kind of a form of shifting reality.
Exactly.
What about this? Was it metaverse, or what are they doing with Facebook? Did you hear about this?
I have seen that.
Is that what it's called?
It's a new name.
Meta
world, or is it
Meta?
What?
It's going to be changed to Meta.
Oh, come on, man.
So is this going to be like its own like virtual society?
Yeah, like a virtual reality. They want to do like some kind of weird virtual. So let's not hang out no more and actually sit here on this podcast and hang out and really be in each other's presence.
They sell it to you by being like, hey, you can hang out with somebody that's clear across the world.
That is cool in a way.
That is cool.
But man, this can have.
That's another way of shifting reality.
His basic goal is to take over the whole social networking platform.
Ain't he already in trouble for like monopolizing this?
He
kind
is.
Of in a way.
He's in
They're
some
being forced to sell Instagram.
Instagram. We can buy it. It's the MindFaction.
I mean,
brand.
I got it. That's just
we got it like that. That's nothing, bro.
Yeah,
that's weak. We're just But anyways, yeah. Like so, that's another. I don't know, man.
That's another way of.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, shifting reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
what time is it?
What time you want it to be?
Let's do some fun facts.
Let's do some fun facts.
Let's do some fun facts.
I got a few
I'm
for
down
y'all.
for it, bro. I love, man. Let me drop
Got some
this,
funny
bro.
ones
I'm
tonight.
about to bust it on, bro.
It's time for Fun Facts with the Bros.
Faction pod.
Let's go.
Cast.
Let's go.
Fun facts with the bros.
Drop it. Drop it.
Yeah.
We always go hard with that, man. People's probably like, man, you guys are wild. I don't even care, though, because we have fun with it. It's so fun. So what's up? Drop these facts. I'm going to get my mind blown out.
So mine are more funny than not. You know,
Okay.
I usually try to bring like some very serious, like just mind blowing stuff, but these are kind of funny.
Hell yeah.
All right. So did you know that Jack Black may have enrolled in the School of Rock as we know him, but his parents were in a school completely different.
Okay.
So his parents were actually, in a sense, rocket scientists. Thomas William Black and Judith Love Cohen were satellite engineers who worked on the Hubble Space Telescope.
Are you kidding me?
Jack Black's parents worked on the Hubble Space Telescope.
So his parents was a very elite and
Yes.
very intelligent. Not saying Jack's
Yes.
not. I love how he's a practical joker, though, man.
Yeah, but
I wonder if they was.
But not to say anything bad about. I mean, not speak on his intelligence level, but you would. I mean, how goofy and comedic
Yeah.
he is. It's hard to imagine his parents, you know, being satellite engineers
That makes me wonder,
at
like,
the most elite level. Like, you know what I
that
mean?
makes me wonder, like, if his mom and dad goofed off a lot too. Like, they was probably like they're working on satellite and they're like throw a bolt and hit somebody. Oh, I don't know what
Yeah,
happened.
yeah. You,
Dang,
I can
that's
only
crazy,
imagine like
man.
how goofy they might have been. You know,
Wow.
I don't know. Maybe they weren't at all. Maybe he just is just a different breed. He just is his own.
He's
Who knows?
hey man, he's a different soul. Jack, shout out to Jack Black, man. He goes hard, bro.
No doubt.
He's a funny dude. All right, you got anything, Los?
Did you know dentistry is the oldest profession in the world?
I heard about that.
I've read on that before.
They had actually found fossils that had a little bit of
Like a gum or tar
yeah,
or
what
something?
do they call that? The actual terminology for like
Amber, like a resin?
no, like when they do like braces and stuff. It's like a orthodontist.
Orthodontist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Orthodontry work. That's probably not even a word, but
Orthodontic.
yeah. So there was like braces and on these teeth and stuff. Just tried to straighten them. I'm like, wow. You wouldn't even think that their minds would go there like
Yeah.
I mean,
thousands of
yeah.
years ago. But
Almost 9,000 years back.
oh wow,
Wow.
I didn't realize it's been that long.
Yeah.
But I had read something on that years ago, and I always wonder how true that was, you know? That's crazy, man. That is crazy.
I just imagine like minds walking around with some gold teeth,
I mean,
looking like some rappers. You know, they're
like, yep.
I'm
Talking like that Nelly
island
song.
boy.
I'm an island boy. Got a pyramid, no toys. I'm a pharaoh boy.
About to sacrifice that ass.
I got a gold grill for the boys. Shit, I don't know, man. These guys are here, though. They need to find him a damn barber. But anyways.
Dude, those guys really do look like something from Apocalyptico. We talking about that?
They really do. Have you seen these guys' pictures, though, before they was like gangster?
No, they're
Bro,
basic.
The
Right.
basic. Hey, they're just like these noodles right here. Basic white
Right
boys.
there. Pumpkin spice.
If you guys haven't tried these, they're quite amazing. Not really, but one of my clients, she was telling me about these when I was tattooing, bro. And she like, I got you and your boy something. And she brought them by yesterday.
Man.
Pumpkin spice flavored ramen noodles.
Yeah, we would try them, but we would be afraid
Oh, I
of
did try 'em
ruining the
yesterday.
entire podcast.
And I about puked.
Okay.
Basic white boy shit.
Losi actually read it before we began the recording, and it says to be sure to try it with whipped cream.
Add whipped cream.
Oh man,
Hey, no doubt though.
What does it say on back
Yeah.
of it? It makes the experience more enjoyable.
Yeah, yeah.
And I love whipped cream, but the second that hit my mouth, I'd probably vomit.
No doubt.
Bro,
Hey, hit
I'm
us up.
telling you.
I'm doing a review on them. I'll do a review.
Are you kidding
You
me?
gotta like.
Did you smell the inside of that?
I did smell it, but I mean, I'll do.
I'll get no, man. He actually flipped it kind of like it kind of just yeah.
powder came out of it. I'll do it.
You kind of like forcefully smelled it the first time.
I'm like,
yeah. Oh no, don't do that.
I ain't doing that.
Did it for real.
Pumpkin spice, basic white boy shit.
We'll do
That's
a
gross.
we'll do a MindFaction
For real.
Facebook Live review.
If y'all want Losi to do this, comment, hit us up.
And dude, I really want to be like me too, but I can't, dude. I really.
No, I'll do it.
We can all do it.
Oh, dude.
There, bro. That's like the jelly bean thing.
I'd be like me on the side of 27 at time, just like,
Puking everywhere.
got hold of the door and my seat, and I'm bent over, and cars are passing. I don't even care because my stomach was all kinds of jacked.
Hey, what do you think the Canary Islands are named after?
A bird. The
You would
canary
think.
bird.
It's a dog.
No.
Yeah.
There's a canary dog. Mm-hmm. Is it colorful?
Although it's all,
He's got feathers.
it's actually part of Spain. In Spanish, the area's name is Islas Canaries, which comes from the Latin phrase "Canary Insula" something for island of dogs.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Wow,
cool.
man.
Yeah.
This isn't my fun fact that I'm going to throw out there, but it made me think whenever I asked if it was feathered as a joke. Did you know that we really don't know if dinosaurs were feathered or not?
That can go deep. And I think we'll touch on this shortly here because we're at an hour and 24 already. But look, dinosaurs, a lot of the bones was hollow.
Wow.
And the only thing
they can swim really good.
Well, that and birds' bones are hollow.
They're very buoyant.
So what they're saying is that the dinosaurs, kind of the ones that did not perish with the great explosion of the meteorite hitting, I guess, is that if that's what really killed them, that they evolved into birds. Because a lot of even the raptor, man, the raptor means bird of prey.
Right.
That's what a raptor means.
Yeah.
And they say that even the raptors, they have found raptor fossils with feathers.
Bird of prey.
Bird of prey. That's what raptor means.
So that it means they're a predator? Like a bird of prey?
Yeah, bird of prey. They're a predator.
Yeah.
But why are they calling this a bird? Because they have found certain species of raptor dinosaur that had feathers.
Yeah. Well, if you really think about what
records.
a bird looks like, and then you think about like a raptor's like bone structure, the way their heads look, kind of like the way they're
The
shaped.
birds. Yeah, yeah.
You
I
can
mean, you can
kinda
look at a
see-
chicken's feet
Yeah.
and think about a dinosaur's feet.
Yeah.
The way they're laid out.
I mean, every time I look at a chicken, I think of the T-Rex.
Right.
I'm bullshitting on that.
But
anyway.
it's mild. It's wild to think that amazing.
What do you guys think the very first thing ever sold on the internet was?
Probably a brick of cocaine.
You're on the right track. but
Am
it
I
was-
really?
It wasn't Coke. It wasn't Coke.
What the hell was it?
It was a bag of weed.
No way.
Nowadays, e-commerce is a dominant market. Who wouldn't want to get anything at the click of a button? However, you'd be surprised that the earliest sale transaction on the internet was of weed, recorded in the 70s. The stash was negotiated between Stanford and MIT students
Are you serious?
over the internet
Because the internet was a new thing.
in the 70s.
I'm trying to get that Kush, bro.
And you got to think, too, the Stanford MIT students, they were
Kush,
like,
OG Kush.
exactly. They were like,
Exactly.
that was good stuff back then, too.
Oh, you know it.
Because they were like, back then, I guess they had to get it from places. You know what I mean? They weren't just growing it everywhere, I want to say.
I'd say there was.
Nah, bro, that's mids. They were smoking mids back then.
Hell no, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know
dude,
nothing
they
about
were
y'all.
smoking mids.
Okay.
They weren't
Nah,
crossing
man.
anything back then.
Bro,
man.
they
It
had
was
some
straight
Kush
off
type
the plant.
shit. They had some. I know they had some Northern Lights, but man, I don't even smoke weed. What am I
That's straight off
talking
the-
about?
I mean, I don't
Some
either,
Northern
but,
Lights.
they had that
I know
Northern
they had
Lights,
that.
bro.
I know they had that Aurora Borealis.
They had that Aurora.
I'm just gonna come up with some wild names and I don't even know it. I don't know, man.
They didn't have no edibles, huh? That ruined my
Man,
life.
you ever
for a
had any
day.
of that land between the lakes?
So, crazy fact. We were talking about the podcast today at work, and my boss was actually watching a YouTube video, and he was like, "I'm watching the first YouTube video ever uploaded."
Yeah, it's at the zoo.
So the first video on YouTube was a zoo video, like
Yeah.
a home video.
Yeah, this guy was at the zoo, right?
In 2005.
Man, he had that 4K resolution. That shit
Yeah.
was clean.
He had that like
Stabilization on it.
.0001K. He had that toaster quality.
Oh,
On the
man.
Nokia flip phone.
Yeah.
For real, back in the flip phone
Now, I
days,
remember
which
I
are bringing
thought-
back now.
I thought my freaking Razor camera was a beast.
I miss the razors.
It's tough as hell.
That thing was so pixelated, dude. It looked like I was playing freaking Mario.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling
It
you.
looked like I took a picture like playing Tetris or something like
Yeah.
so pixelated.
Jawad Kareem.
I guess I'm gonna hit y'all with one here. This is weird. Ancient Roman surgeons were trained to block out the screams of human pain. How in the hell?
What?
You said
Hit me with-
what?
Hit me with that again.
Ancient Roman surgeons were trained to block out the screams of human pain.
Bro, I got pretty good at blocking some people out, so I can understand it.
So you're telling me that ancient Rome was like a super.
Get them. Cory looks up and he's like,
God, man.
bro.
ahead.
So, yeah.
So you're gonna tell me that ancient Rome was like that advanced? but
It ain't
This
hard,
dude just
bro.
probably put some damn earplugs.
but what
in,
I'm
bro.
saying is like they were that advanced, but you couldn't develop some type of like pain reliever, anesthesia, or
anesthesia or something.
Come
I don't
on,
know,
man.
bro. Guess they didn't.
Nah, I'm just
I don't know,
gonna
that's weird.
pretend I don't hear these screams. I'm
yeah.
cutting you wide open while you're fully conscious and awake.
I'm guessing. I'm like, do you hear something?
That's okay. You'll pass out.
I hear
from
the
blood
flutter
loss.
of a butterfly's wings flying by my head, but not this guy screaming about me.
Okay, so I
chopping
take
his arm off.
classes. I have a PhD in blocking out screams. You'll
Yeah.
be just fine in my hands.
My woman probably thinks I've took that class because she's
I
like,
got
you
a
never listen to me.
master's degree in that shit.
Sorry,
dude.
Grace.
Master's degree in that. I could do it.
Yeah, but that's kind of odd. I've never heard no shit
doubt.
like that. Also, check this out. Apples, peaches, and raspberries are all members of the rose family.
Raspberry smash.
Of the rose
The
family?
rose family, bro.
Just show up with a bouquet of those.
Yeah, here's your raspberries, bitch.
Oh,
Oh, he wasn't ready. I'm kidding.
did you know that British teens think Sherlock Holmes is a real person?
Are you for real?
Well, not all.
Most
British,
of
not
them.
all British. No, well, about 50%. It
Shout
was
out, bro.
1,410 out of 3,000 respondents believe that Sherlock Holmes was an actual historical figure. And to be completely bluntly honest with you, for a long time, I did too.
I mean, when I was a kid,
Yeah.
I'll tell you who was a real historic figure. It was John Holmes. Anyways, bro.
Very historical.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
my
sir.
God.
Anyways,
He's one
that
in the
is crazy,
archives.
though. Check him out. Look him up, guys. No kids. Just adults.
Yeah. He wasn't out there solving no mysteries.
No.
Bro, we
He was solving some other problems.
We got to solve this gnat problem too.
He was going deep.
Yeah.
No.
He was a plumber, wasn't he?
He was laying.
He laid the pipe.
That pipe was laid. Drainage pipe.
Oh, God, man. Now we need to pull the plug on this one.
Okay,
the
I'm
plug
gonna,
on
let
it,
me
bro.
get another one. I'm gonna throw. I'm gonna
You
throw
got
some
a
else
record
there.
scratch effect, bro.
Hey, check
Drain
this
the
out, though,
swamp.
man. Snakes can help predict earthquakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go around watching snakes.
I'm gonna hang up this snake that I hate. And I'm
What's going on,
deadly
Stripey?
Fearful of.
And it's like striking at me. And like,
Stripey. But it says they can
yeah.
sense.
It might have stripes. I don't know. I imagine mine
It's a
did.
damn coral snake. One of the most venomous snakes in America. Stripey, what are you doing? Oh, why are you on my arm like that? Oh, I feel dizzy.
Why'd you latch on to me that
Crikey. It just envenomated me. Anyways, envenomated me. I'm over here delirious as hell right now from his venom.
Damn.
But no, check this out. They can sense a coming earthquake from 75 miles away up to 5 days before it can happen. Which, they say snakes can't hear. So I guess that sense of vibration is extremely heightened because they don't have hearing capabilities.
So basically you're saying that like before any earthquake happens, it's never just all of a sudden. That
It must be
there's
small tremors, man.
up to this massive
Yeah, and what do they call that? The thing where they measure that
seismic
graphs.
Yeah,
They call it something. Yeah, but yeah, they must pick them up too. But yeah, I'm just gonna tie a damn rattlesnake to my house. I'm
That's
gonna
what
start
I'm
acting
gonna do,
irate. I know earthquake's coming.
Bro,
when does it not go?
I don't know why this thing's rattling all the damn
I've been
time.
feeding him. I've been waiting for the big one to hit.
I've been waiting for that remainder fault to.
Man, I've had this one for about a year now. I'm about to have to go get me a new one.
all right, last one and I'm done.
No,
Yeah, I'm done.
No.
with this one, for real.
we're going hard.
Did you know that all pandas in zoos that are in the U.S. are loaned from China right now?
Man, we owe everything to China, bro.
They're on a loan.
I can't even afford to buy one. I have to
No,
loan
bro.
them out.
Yeah, they're loaned. They actually belong.
They got a monopoly on
They
damn
actually
You know that
belong.
pandas are actually mean as hell.
They're property of
yeah.
the Chinese
Dude,
government.
think about it. Whenever I think of a panda, I just
I
want to
wanna
go up.
hug it,
Just,
man.
I just want to go up and just like, what's up, man?
And then it rips my
You
face
alright?
off.
How you
Then
doing,
shits on
man?
my body.
He's chilling. They always seem so chilled out.
They do, but
they're
they
just over
ain't.
there eating their bamboo.
You go over and try to take that bamboo, he's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah,
the
dude.
shit
I go over there.
out
I'm
of
just like wanting like, hey, is this your child?
Hey.
Just fart, bro?
No, I'm moving.
I thought you just murdered it over here, keeping a straight face and everything. I thought you just
Straight.
killed it on
That's
me,
a
dude.
shitty fact.
I was about to like get up and remove myself from the table.
That's crazy though, man.
It's complete disrespect. No, I'm kidding.
I didn't know that. Yeah,
I'm playing.
we borrowed a lot of things off of him. COVID.
Hey, did you know this?
Bro, we
There's a
borrowed
lot of people who's never heard the term trash panda.
Really?
Yeah.
No idea.
You know what that is?
I mean, I know what it is.
It's a raccoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I've said that many times before, joking around. Like, yeah, you,
Man,
you
raccoons
little
are
trash
smart.
panda, and they're looking at me. They're like,
The fuck is he?
the
talking
audacity, and I'm like, do you even know what I'm it's a joke. Yeah, you're a raccoon. Yeah,
about? Your raccoons are very intelligent.
yeah,
Very intelligent animals. That's crazy.
yeah.
I might do one more. You got one more? You got any?
I'm
Should we just hit the murder mystery?
He's fact funded out.
I like
I'm all
this
out
shit,
of
man.
fun. I'm ready to get real
I get
suspenseful.
I get hype, bro. So let me do one more. Let me find something else.
One more.
Hit us with one more.
Make it epic.
Well, here we go.
Okay.
In Israel, it is illegal to bring bears to the beach. So you're telling me y'all ain't gonna let me walk my damn grizzly down here and let him play in the sand? I ain't having it.
I'll hit you with one more fun
I
fact.
ain't having it, bro.
I'm just bouncing fun facts off of like what you guys are saying.
Okay, what's up?
yeah.
I ain't having it.
One more fun fact. Did you know? I think it was all the way up until like World War I. Russia would come into battle with war bears.
Dude,
that
I
they
didn't know how
trained.
true that was, but I did read that.
And Mexico had chihuahuas.
Hey, them little motherfuckers are mean though, bro.
The Taco Bell dog.
You think about it rolling up and biting your ankles, you're trying to shoot a musket and trying to load it, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, it might work.
Yeah, you're going to come at me with a chihuahua, you're getting stomped out, dude.
That grizzly ain't no joke, though. That brown bear, when Russia rolls in
I'm
on
taking
one.
your quesadilla and I'm stomping that dog
Hey, yeah.
completely out.
Taco Bell dog.
I'm trying to get that
I'll
5-layer
punt that
beefy
dog.
burrito, you know?
Did
Like Adam Vinatieri did.
Yeah. Speaking of bears and dogs, did y'all see the video of the big bear that was trying to take this woman's dog and she comes running out and pushes it off the
No,
wall?
I didn't, bro.
It was wild. I'll show it to you after the podcast.
Like a black bear or a brown bear?
no,
Or
it
what?
was a
It's a
huge
grizzly?
bear. I don't know what kind it was, but it was huge. It was a big bear.
Is attacking her dog and she come out and attack the bear.
Yeah. Did you see it?
I mean, I would too. I straight,
I'm about to
dude.
pull it up.
You think I'm lying, but if I had a dog and he stepped up to bat for me like that, dude, I'm probably gonna come. If that bear got a hold of
Dogs are
him,
loyal, bro.
I'm coming out with a hey man. I probably will die.
I'm gonna bust that
No,
bitch
dude,
upside
she straight
to you, bro.
pushed it off a wall.
I definitely just shoot it.
Definitely. I'm blasting
But
it.
if I didn't have a weapon on me, don't put it past me.
We carry
throw-
around weapons every day, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, truthful.
gun show.
Yeah.
So this, okay, that's a brown bear, it looks like.
So here's the dog. Right?
I'm gonna try to bring this video up.
Yeah.
If I edit this video.
Bear smacks it. Bear smacks it. Boom. Oh,
Oh, that's a brown bear.
That bear's just like, bro, look, I'm
here
just.
she comes.
But I mean,
Push that son of a bitch off the wall.
it ain't like that bear had a hold of her dog, though. Oh, man. Look at her
You don't
dog.
mess with Fido, bro.
Is that a Yorkie?
I don't know what that.
She broke her finger.
Oh,
Well,
broke her nail.
you're lucky you got a face.
I don't know.
For
about
real, dude. Yeah.
One swipe, that bear is taking
Man,
you out.
you're
That
lucky
looked like a brown bear.
You're lucky it was a brown bear.
Like a grizzly.
Because brown bears are probably the least aggressive.
Nah, black bears are. Brown bears will fuck you up.
Oh,
That one's been a young one. Let me see.
3 facts. I don't know what she's doing. Oh, here we go.
You know, you got the Kodiak bears. It's super huge. Did you ever know why? Yeah, that's a brown bear. Do you ever see why it's a grizzly is what that is? But have you ever seen a Kodiak bear?
Yeah.
The motherfucker's like 1,500 pounds. Sorry for
Oh,
cussing so
she's
much.
17.
You know, a grizzly bear can
Who
run
is?
40 miles
This
per hour.
girl.
She looked like an old ass woman when I
Yeah,
just
she
glanced from
did.
across the
Maybe it was
table.
her haircut.
I thought she was wearing a nightgown, but it's a dress.
She need to get a new hairstylist.
Yeah.
But anyways,
She got Betty Sue's haircut from 1951.
old Betty Boop trying to push that bear off the wall, bro.
Get out of here, Yogi.
You ain't going on no damn picnic. Get up out of here. Lord have mercy. Man, I got hit.
Goofy dog.
Y'all got me on some bear videos.
We got
man.
Trying to have a picnic.
We got to get out of here.
This chick's trying to.
You
Here we
know
go.
what time it is.
We got to get out of here, bro.
It's a murder mystery.
And it is never 5 minutes of murder mystery.
It's about
What is that?
5 times
That black bear
5.
was. It is never 5 minutes. It's like 25, 30.
All right, so tonight
7.
we bring you drum
Get some
roll.
sound going.
Hit us with that sound before I give them the
I don't have a
title.
drum roll. I erased that, but I'm gonna hit it with the scary music.
Bruh.
We can hit him with bruh.
Bruh.
Anyways,
The Texarkana Moonlight Murders.
man, this was a deep case.
Let me get it kicked off.
Kick it off, bro.
In 1946, the town of Texarkana, which straddles the state line between Texas and Arkansas, was rocked by a series of brutal attacks that ultimately left 5 people dead and 3 gravely injured. What the media quickly dubbed the Texarkana Moonlight Murders, carried out by a shadowy figure the local paper called the Phantom Killer, sent the small southern city into a panic.
So this guy's just rolling up. Now I also heard that he had like a bag or something over his head
He did, and
with his eyes cut off.
I don't want to jump ahead, but that actually spurred 30 years exactly later in 1976. Some of you all may have watched these movies. The Town That Dreaded Sundown.
I have heard of them. I haven't watched them.
I've watched the original, and there's a remake. The remake is technically more like a sequel because it it's kind of like an anniversary thing. Like,
Okay.
it's kind of saying like the original movie happened, and then so many years later, there's a copycat killer that started doing the same thing. But people also don't know this, that 5 years later, when Friday the 13th Part 2 came out, Jason was also wearing a sack over his head, which was very similar to the Phantom Killer.
Yeah. And, he always targeted teens.
Yeah.
So
making kind of like he's sort of a copycat killer.
Okay.
He was
So
like a
he was
mixture.
kinda based off some
he was a mixture of this
true
guy
events.
and Michael Myers.
True.
But
That's
anyway,
true.
to get back to this.
Let's get back to it.
According to the New York Daily News, the terror began on February 22nd when a date that was going pretty well ended in tragedy. Jimmy Hollis, 25, and Mary Jean LeRae, 19, had gone to see a movie and then went to a park on a local lover's lane. But their tryst was interrupted by a man wearing a white sack with eye and mouth holes cut into it, shining a flashlight into their car. The man ordered Hollis to take his pants off, then beat him badly enough to put him into a coma for several days.
It's
So
not
he
funny, but
just,
it's funny.
Oh, okay. And I'm sorry, guys, that's not funny, but we read some other details on this that he actually told Hollis to take his GD britches off.
Yeah.
That was an actual quote.
Take your-
To which Hollis, he consented, he did that, and then he was pistol whipped twice in the head.
How the hell you gonna pistol whip me after telling me?
Man, he done complied, bro. He done took his
Yeah.
pants off for you. What else do you want for this man?
Shady.
Why did you ask him to do that?
Yeah,
You're just
you
going to pistol
weirdo.
whip him, man.
Was he like? Do you think he was so mad because like maybe this guy had a bigger one than him, and he was like, "Bro, fuck that."
He might have said, "Hey, take them." Whoa.
Whoa, hey,
Whoa.
I know why you out here now. I'm pistol whipping your ass, bro.
Yeah.
Put him
I
back
ain't
on.
having this.
I see what's up here, and I
Anyways.
feel very inferior. How about the end of my pistol to your head twice?
Your
piece.
ass gonna wake up in a coma.
Okay, back to the story.
Sorry.
Okay. He beat him badly enough to put him into a coma for several days. He then caught up with LeRae as she tried to escape, which is not cool. She just totally just ran off. Like, he just had your man taking his pants off back there, and he complied because he's scared to death.
I mean,
I get he might have said, "Run for your life" or something, maybe. I don't
then
know.
got butted with the pistol.
Yeah, twice. He wouldn't remember, though, because he
I
got
pistol whipped somebody before. It's pretty fun.
Okay, so he then caught up with LeRae as she tried to escape. He beat her as well and sexually assaulted her with the barrel of the gun he had threatened them with. Man, this dude.
Okay, man. Look, I'm saying
Lucy,
this.
man, you're going to have to chill out. Dude. You're
Listen,
killing it.
y'all see us on camera.
This ain't funny, man.
This is serious shit, bro.
I can't get over the way he did this.
I mean, I
man.
wonder if he done this with a stub nose or.
Oh God!
I'm all right.
He's Dirty Harry 44 mag. Just
the judge, bro.
the judge. He judged it.
All right, man. Look, I got
All right,
quit.
for real.
Okay.
That is
Motherfucker
horrible.
is
man.
racist.
What happened to us
For
tonight,
real.
man?
What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. Well, that is horrible.
I'm gonna straighten up for y'all. I promise.
Oh, but okay. So he sexually assaulted this chick with the barrel of a gun.
Yeah, that's not. I'm just to be clear with y'all. I don't want anybody to be mad out there. I'm actually still trying to recover from the fact of how he did this poor guy. That's the most humiliating thing I have ever heard.
That's like smacking a dude, like bitch smacking a
Yeah,
dude.
like straight up,
As Lucy walks away.
man. Anyway,
I'm sorry. Ooh.
the young lovers survived the attack, but had
God.
differing reports of who had carried it out. LeRae claimed that the man had been black, despite not having seen his face. But Hollis said he believed the man to have been white, and I believe what happened here was Hollis actually claimed that he was a very tan white man.
I mean, you're in Texas, bro.
Yeah, exactly. You got ranchers and things like that out in the sun all
course.
day. My God,
Lucy's.
what happened, bro?
Corey, this is my God.
I see
This
a flash
murder
of
mysteries
light.
get wild, bro.
I thought I got shot. I thought I was about to get pistol whipped and demanded to take my clothes off.
Oh my God.
All right,
I can't
so
handle this.
anyway,
Mute me.
Stop muting your ass, bro. You're getting muted. All right, hold on.
till further notice.
Okay.
Okay, so the next victims of the Phantom Killer, however, would not be as fortunate as his first. So basically, the people he attacked in the beginning, they survived and was able to give some sort of account of what happened.
Yeah.
So we move
That's
on.
weird he let him survive, though.
At this point, he wasn't the Phantom Killer. He was just kind of like the Phantom, like
He was like dipping his feet in the water, seeing
Yeah,
what,
like- yeah.
I don't know.
So you could probably tell this was definitely his first.
It was his first experience on that part,
because
I feel.
I think he probably didn't know how to. he knew he wanted to commit this type of crime.
He may be battling with himself in his mind.
And he didn't, like, he felt conflicted maybe by it once he began.
Like assaulting people with weapons and anyways.
All right, so the second attack came about a month after Hollis and LeRae were assaulted. Again, the victims were a couple of sweethearts out for a night of intimacy on a local lover's lane. But this time, the Phantom Killer didn't leave anyone alive.
Ooh.
The bodies of Richard Griffin, 29, and Polly Ann Moore, 17. Good God. 29 and 17.
It's about robbing the damn cradle.
Man, back in 46, where's her parents?
Bro, I'm telling you right now, my little girl's 17. She go at 29. I'm going to stomp him out, too. They're going to call me the Oneida Phantom Killer. Cause I'm gonna,
Man, if I had a daughter and she was 17 and this 29-year-old man showed my doorstep and said, I'm taking your daughter out tonight, I'd be like, the hell you are.
You're going to take this right hook out, too.
Listen here, Richard Griffin. You might be found on Lover's Lane.
Not saying it's right. What happened to this guy?
You take my daughter out there on Lover's Lane tonight.
Wow. You know, he's on some...
Either one of y'all coming home. No,
that's right. Oh, God.
That was bad, yeah. Their bodies were discovered the following morning. They had both been shot several times in the back of the head. In April, Paul Martin, 16, and Betty Jo Booker, 15, were found murdered after a high school dance.
Man.
They also had been shot to death.
You know, when I hear people shooting people several times in the head, I always think that'd be like a vendative type.
Yeah.
Like a revengeful.
An execution.
Like you're really aggravated or mad. I have a personal problem with somebody. I know a lot of the shows I watch when it talks about murder, they say anybody that's ever done that way, they usually feel it's somebody close to them. Not saying this is the case here, but...
And again, you know, we mentioned this, I think, with every murder mystery that, you know, we don't know if it is the same killer.
You don't.
You could hear of one death, and there could be a copycat killer that comes out, and they do a similar act.
And the reason they're doing that, so they'll allude to authorities, and the other person to get caught, most likely.
Exactly. So once the other person gets caught, that crime will get pinned on them, and they'll get away.
Yeah, I can see that.
The term serial killer actually hadn't been coined yet, not until 1981. If you didn't know that, the term serial killer wasn't coined until 81. But authorities in Texarkana strongly believe that a single killer had been behind all the attacks. The FBI was brought in, as well as the Texas Rangers. Local gun shops enjoyed a flurry of business as people flocked to buy up firearms to defend themselves against a possible attack. Residents booby-trapped their houses with pots and pans full of silverware or old nails. Texarkana was on high alert. But despite the best efforts of the authorities, the violence continued. Virgil and Katie Starks were shot in their own home in May. Virgil, 37, was killed, but Katie made it to the safety of a neighbor's house despite being hit in the face with 2 bullets.
Wow.
What
caliber they were shooting this with?
I think they said a 22 and a 32 was the 2 weapons he used.
Why are you using something weak like that?
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot you in the face. I'm going to blow it off.
Yeah, with a
shotgun. I'm talking about 12 gauge.
Yeah, 12 gauge.
Psh, amateur hour.
In June, exactly, 1940s. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway.
That's horrible, though,
In June of that year, police arrested Yule Lee Sweeney, 29, for stealing cars. But as they drove him to the station, the young man asked a strange question for someone accused of car theft. Will they give me the chair? That led police to suspect that they had ended up arresting the Phantom Killer. They were also told some incriminating stories by his wife, Peggy, 21, whom they had arrested a few weeks earlier for the same thing. So apparently they just like car theft. A little family ring going on.
Yeah. Nice. Unfortunately, family outing.
That's what we do for our pastime. We go and just...
Well, babe, are you a little bored? Let's go steal a sedan real quick.
You see that 32 Ford down the road?
Busting that window.
Yeah, I might pick that one up later. All right. I'll see you at home. Unfortunately, the law barred Peggy from testifying against her husband, and the detectives lacked evidence strong enough to convict Sweeney for murder. They put him behind bars for car theft. So I don't know if you heard this or not, but I have some other notes here on that.
Okay.
The circumstantial evidence against Yule Sweeney included his wife being in possession of a stolen car the night of the Griffin Moore murders. Sweeney repeatedly stated on arrest that you want me for more than stealing cars. So he actually said that on his own.
So he's almost incriminating himself.
On top of the fact of him talking about getting the chair, because they're like, why would we give you the chair for car theft?
So he's incriminating himself like a lot of these Chicago rappers and rappers and songs.
Yes.
Anyways.
So it's almost like he wanted them to come out right and tell him, yeah, we're getting you because we believe you're the Phantom Killer.
I wonder if he was like planning it like for a powered ego trip.
I don't know. It's possible. But it seemed like he had like a lot of anxiety.
Right.
Sweeney's fear of being shot by police or being sentenced to the electric chair also was a telltale sign. Peggy identified the spot where Booker went into the woods. So his wife was able to actually give them that
Where they?
How else would she? Yeah.
How else would she know that?
Yeah. As they were trying to get away, I guess.
Yeah.
Police found a work shirt in Swinney's room with a laundry mark STARK, Stark, as in Virgil Stark, who he killed, and his wife that got away, and slag in the front pocket, which matched samples from Virgil Stark's welding shop.
What the?
Swinney had also recently sold a .32 automatic Colt pistol in a craps game, which was the weapon that. This is the caliber of round that he actually shot them.
So he was thinking about upgrading to a higher caliber. I don't know. I'm just
he's getting rid of that .32.
I don't blame him
for one reason or another.
Sounds like a big piece of shit.
Swinney actually died in 1994, and no evidence has come out to unequivocally prove whether or not he was the Phantom Killer. According to Texas Monthly, however, local journalist James Presley's book, The Phantom Killer, Unlocking the Mystery of the Texarkana Serial Murders, the story of a town in terror, present. Man, that's a long ass title. Like, good God, I was waiting for it to end. Presented a compelling case for Swinney's guilt in 2014. Quoting, I dare say every lawman who worked this case never quit mulling the story over and over in hopes of turning up the hard evidence that could have convicted Swinney of the murders. So they were dead set it was this guy, but they just couldn't quite.
They couldn't find the factual evidence, I guess to say, the actual factual.
The events inspired many works, including this 1976 film we talked about, The Town That Dreaded Sundown, which is the basis for much of the myth and folklore around the murders.
And there was a lot more details too, guys. We kind of cut this one short because this one would have took us at least. Probably we could have talked about it for a whole podcast episode.
The same as with all the other murder mysteries. You can dive into them very, very depthy. Most of them
very
anyway.
Detailed.
And we could have went into each individual person's case, but
I feel, man, this is a murder mystery, but I feel this guy, man, there was too many. I understand where the police officers really came to the conclusion this guy was most likely their suspect.
There was also a man who had been hitchhiking, I believe, and they found his body dead, just I think maybe 10 miles away. From where these murders,
so I didn't hear about that.
The murders had taken place.
Put your mic back on.
He was on the railroad tracks, and he actually had one of his arms had been taken off because it was like partially on the tracks, so a train had. And they claim that he had been placed there. So either they think that it's possible that he was another victim of the Phantom Killer, possibly, or that he was the Phantom Killer that committed suicide.
It's a possibility.
But
where? Yeah, there's so many.
Yeah, did you know there were actually several people who stepped forward and claimed to be the Phantom Killer?
Why do people do this?
I don't know, but they every time they would go back and people. So obviously the police would follow this lead. They would kind of try to figure out where these people would have been the night of each murder.
Yeah,
and that's how they were able to completely take them out of the equation because they're like, well, you clearly weren't in these places.
You weren't in the vicinity of these murders.
Yeah, unbeknownst to these people. The police would get in contact with like one of their buddies or something, and their buddies, like there was one guy that claimed that he was the killer, and they actually spoke to, and this guy didn't know he was covering for him. They just was just questioning him.
Didn't tell him what
was really going on, and they said, where were you the night of blah blah blah, whatever the date was, and he said, we were playing, me and my buddy, which was the suspect, were playing cards at ball, so that completely just acquitted him right there.
Is that camera even still running?
That thing's been like that the entire time.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Well, there goes our video, I guess. Damn, I didn't know that.
I thought that maybe the viewfinder was off.
It must not be plugged in right.
Oh.
That sucks. Well, anyway, so we might not have a video for this one, guys. Unless it's just me looking at y'all, and I really don't want that to happen.
No.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know, man. That's a hard one to
That's
really.
Another one that will never be discovered. That happened in 1946.
Just like this video now.
We'll never know.
Will never be aired, most likely.
Never be aired. We'll never.
Black Magic's still going.
Yeah.
I see you looking at me. But I would rather have that one going. I don't know what the hell happened.
Guys, it's almost been 2 hours.
Yes, sir. I think it's about time,
Seems to be.
We had a good time, though.
We did.
It was a good one, man.
It was a good one.
This was a great one. Episode 12 in the books. The video ain't now, but that's
very, very.
I mean, we might have some of it, but we might upload just a little bit of it.
Had a good time.
Man. Hey, we always, glad you's back, bro. Didn't seem right without you not here.
Man, I mean.
We can take this down now. I mean, we're just talking over some ominous music.
That's all good. I'm used to it. I like that vibe.
For real, right?
No, hopefully we can continue to bring you guys, and I say this every episode, but that's our main, thing.
That's our objective here.
Yeah, we just want to keep bringing you guys the most interesting, podcasts that we possibly can. I hope that
fun.
Yeah, we take everybody's comments into consideration on moving forward and trying to find our footing here. We're 12 episodes in now, and
12.
We've branched out. We've done a live episode. You guys have done, the interview episode, which went amazing. I feel.
Hopefully, we have a lot more interviews for the future.
Yeah.
Even remote interviews would be really cool.
That would be great, man. That'd be great.
I'm gonna try to reach out to some people.
I think it would be cool if we could get, we could have the videos to where you can see us.
Yeah.
And we could do like a
split screen,
a live FaceTime with somebody.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And bounce back and forth between,
all cameras. Yeah.
And have some really good interviews, and we hope to bring that to you guys as soon as we can.
Yeah, definitely.
We talk about how long our podcasts are, and we want to cut them down. But I was just reading on podcast experience, and we watch a lot of Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
So his longest, and majority of them are around 2 hours. But his longest,
2 to 3.
Yeah, his longest was 5 hours and 19 minutes.
That's insane.
And to be honest with y'all, we could probably talk like that if we wanted to.
Oh, we could
for 100%. Sure. Yeah.
It's just so.
If someone said you guys need to hit that 3 hour mark, we could do that.
That'd be easy.
No problem.
Right. Oh, there's so much shit I want to talk about more on this, but hey, we'll save it for Thursday.
Yeah. You notice how many times throughout each episode we're like, yeah, we'll bring it up for another time. So
yeah,
exactly.
Hey, don't forget the Facebook Live review. We're gonna do that, but you gotta hit us up. You
talking about the noodles, right?
Yeah, noodles for sure, with the whipped cream, because I'm bringing it.
I'm telling y'all, man. Check these out on Google, because I don't know if we're gonna have the video up now, because I didn't know the damn Sony camera died. But we got a pumpkin spiced ramen noodles,
cup noodles.
Wow. Yeah.
Who the hell?
I tried to buy it yesterday, bro. I couldn't do it.
I'm not eating that unopened one though. Or that
no, we got other ones.
Okay.
I feel like
I mean, we can get risky. We can get risky. We can let this sit out all night like this, and then try
bro, Corona, all that shit.
Oh, Corona don't even want none of this shit. I'll tell you right now.
I think if you ate that, you would be like, that'd be better than
that'd be your
vaccine.
That's your vaccination right there.
Yeah.
Some damn
faux show.
Pumpkin spice noodles. Shout out to Tessa for hooking us up with those.
Yeah.
But anyways, look, man. I guess.
By the way,
what up? I was going to go ahead.
Next week we may have to record earlier,
like in the day,
like Tuesday.
Okay. I'll see what I got going on.
All right, we'll figure it out.
Because I don't even know what my schedule is from day to day. It seems
as always, we'll get these.
We'll figure it out,
to you guys ASAP. We're going to give you at least one weekly.
Man, I'm so mad that Cameron wasn't recording the whole time.
Yeah, it's a bummer. But
I think it got about out.
But it's okay, because we're going to take this time.
Yeah.
Get caught up on our other episodes.
We will.
Unfortunately, we won't have a full episode to give them
for this one.
Or
maybe
video.
we can put a little bit on it.
Yeah.
Why not?
What we got. Go follow our MindFaction TikTok.
Yeah, we made a TikTok.
Yeah.
And Facebook.
Guys,
Instagram.
I know we talk about this a lot too, but we're looking to get back out there. Fourth Dimension Paranormal is looking to do an episode. I'm telling you. Los
was talking about that before you showed up.
We got to.
We've got
to get Losi out there with us. I'd love to get Joe Kennedy back in the mix if
Joe's
he would.
Gotta go.
Shout out, Joe.
Yeah.
And even might even have Ryan for a tech guy.
Yeah. Have Ryan Patrick come with us.
Wonder where we should go. Where would be a cool, legit location?
I'm going to be honest. I've always, for some guys who have done this for a while now.
Yeah. We
have never done like what you would think would be like a stereotypical location of an old abandoned hospital. I have always wanted, because man, where else with all the death and stuff like that,
all the trauma,
all the and not even just negative, all the emotion, like the good positive emotion.
Yeah.
Like
there's some that's good, like where you cancer, you've beat it, or somebody's overcome something they thought they weren't going to make it from.
Yes,
and then you do have the negative also.
You do. But all that energy soaks into the environment.
Oh yeah,
and it stays there. Or that's our theory on it, with a house or whatever, what have you.
Definitely.
But man, I was thinking about it today, actually.
I know what you're going to talk about.
And
Old South.
I would love to go to Old South Pittsburgh.
I'm down for it.
Also, if there was one even that was close that we may have to do a little B&E, hey.
Not self-incriminating. But yeah, I feel exactly what you're saying. I think we really should look in Old South, because that place is,
not that we know
it's legitimate.
Viewer discretion
is advised.
We would never do a
but yeah, I'm down with it.
That was a joke.
And I tell you, man, we really do need to maybe get something on a schedule with Old South Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I know it's gonna be hard with your schedule.
Yeah, but I mean, we could try to figure something out. I mean,
You off on weekends?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I could schedule it around my days off,
that'd
be amazing. I'd give us a couple days to go down there and stay, maybe a night.
And I don't even know how your schedule works at the prison, but maybe you could have somebody cover a shift for you or trade a shift. I don't know how that works, bro. So I don't know.
Yeah, that would involve me having to pull like a double or something, maybe, or some sort. That'd be kind.
But it might be worth it.
Yeah.
As bad as I hate to say it.
I think we could definitely schedule around my couple days off and just me requesting maybe one more day, and we could.
Do you have like back-to-back days off?
Yeah.
Okay, that
every week is back to back.
I mean, yeah.
We'll make it happen.
Let's do house.
I mean, I took a full trip to Charleston, South Carolina in 3 days.
We could take Lowe's to the house and home one night.
We could.
Yeah, just
to pop in.
And we will.
Pop up.
And we will. But I just, man, I need something new, man.
Me too.
Right, I mean,
I need something fresh.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're definitely taking
Like one night we're just goofing off. We'll take the camera that died. Unfortunately, the X33.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
that. I've got to get a new one. I've just been out so much money right now on this house and stuff because I've been looking though.
The Mag came down.
No,
maybe we can get Tyler Creekmore's. We can borrow his.
Yeah.
He's got that X53.
Yeah, maybe
I'm sure he wouldn't care.
Yeah, because we got everything
I'll holler
else.
at him about that.
We got batteries.
I might be able to swindle him out of it. Try some tattoo work. Swindle him. Cuckle him out of it. Cuckle him out of it. I'm getting that X53, Tyler. I know you out there listening. He's like, what the hell, Gary?
I've been using it hunting right now.
But yeah, he would definitely let us use it though. No problem.
But anyway, guys, let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap it up.
We're at exactly the 2 hour mark. We appreciate you guys tuning in for episode number 12 here on November 17th.
I feel we knocked it out the box. I definitely dropped the ball on the camera situation, but what the hell just happened? Was that you?
Yeah, what was that?
No, I haven't done anything.
You wasn't breathing out?
No.
I heard that too, and I was wondering what that was.
You
That
swear,
sounded like
bro.
music, did it not?
On my mama.
That's not music, didn't it, in a way?
I thought it was somebody going,
No.
Yeah, I heard it too.
We may need to replay that.
Wasn't me.
Speaking of paranormal, that
Right
was
at the end.
really awkward,
Maybe
bro.
the sink kicked on back there.
Bro, it may have.
The sink?
Yeah, that sink will. It's
Oh,
very
yeah,
random
yeah,
where
okay.
it's anyways.
Motion sensor.
Okay,
We're
so
gonna wrap this up, guys. We love you all. Thank
Yeah,
you all
we
for
love
tuning
y'all.
in. If you're sticking around right now,
Yeah.
we'll be back next week with
shouts
a
out
brand
to
new.
y'all new episode.
Yeah.
Shouts out to all the countries tuning in that is not the USA.
Yeah.
We really appreciate those views and spread us around, guys.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Share us.
Anyways,
Let your buddies know.
the sound still trips me
We
out.
love y'all.
Love y'all.
Love y'all. R.I.P.
We're out.
Young Dolph.
RIP Young Dolph, man. Sad situation in Memphis. Hope it don't escalate to something crazy. All right, I'm signing out.
Signing out.
See y'all.
See ya.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What you're going to hear about